What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fight Kingdom. We have just finished Tekken 8 for the day, and we are getting straight into Street Fighter 6. I'm Jake Ryan, joined by Lentini to cover all of the top 8 action here, and it has been banger after banger in pools, and I wouldn't be on the desk with anybody else today. How are you doing, my man?
Dude, I am fantastic. It is great to finally get to work with you, Mr. Jake Ryan. We've been watching pools all day. Like you said, people have gone crazy on the sticks. I know you and I both saw that one set, the level 3 into the level 3.
That was really sick. It was the
my man
Dalsum versus Mai. It was a very big, scrappy match. So if you didn't catch that, you got to go back and look at the tapes. It was pretty sick. It was pretty sick.
And while we're talking about people in the front row all the way to the back row, I want to get a shout out to this event as a whole. Fight Kingdom has been absolutely fantastic this year. So much bigger than last year. It's been great to see year over year the way it has expanded. Shout out to all the production staff as well who have navigated a lot of kinks in the road along the way. Yeah. And even beyond that, like just being here is so nice, having all the artists in the background and artists who are like genuinely interested in being a part of the community. I know I want to give a special spotlight to some of our artists. Shout out to my man Furshaw, who donated some nice perlers made by Jasmine Rice that they're going to be giving out to the first place winners of Street Fighter 6 and NVC 2 this weekend. Please, all of y'all in the venue, support our artists, give them a special thank you here at Fight Kingdom and beyond.
Yeah, thank you for everybody who's in the crowd, everybody at home who's watching. If you haven't already, please share the streams, please share the socials, make sure that Fight Kingdom continues to grow and grow. This is really encapsulating the FGC vibe that you know and love, and we want these spaces to be protected and grow. And I mean, we've been growing towards this moment as well. Our top 8 has been established, the bracket. We've been working through it, and we have some heavy hitters across the board. From Seattle, from Alaska. We've got some New Jersey transplants in here as well. On the winner's semifinal side of things, it's for the win. Chris CCH versus AKG Crucial. So it's going to be Nakuma versus Ed or Nakuma versus Terry. Really depends on what Chris wants to bring out there. Endgamer 3K is going to be duking it out with Umali. I really want to see who Endgamer is playing here. Umali is going to be on the Aki as well, so that New Jersey representation is going to be incredible. And then losers round 1, K-Pop Wani on the Kimberly is going to be fighting it out against Biscuit. That is a Salon team kill here. The Seattle Bros are going to figure out who is the king of the treehouse today. And in the last match of losers round 1, it's Fine Like Wine on the Guile, duking it out against Banksters to close out our round 1 of top 8. These are going to be incredible matches across the board, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if Seattle can stay up on top, or if it is going to be one of the invaders that makes that happen. And Alaska Games, shout out to you guys. 10 subs in the chat before we get started here. I know that your boy is coming up. But this is a titan of titans.
It is.
You have to fight.
Yes,
you know this guy's accolades?
Yeah, this is a little bit. He's been known to dabble.
Oh, yeah. Chris CCH. I mean, I like to call him Christopher Counterhit. This is a multi-time Capcom Cup competitor. This is a, tournament-winning player. Whether it's an online bracket, an offline bracket, this guy is not to be trifled with. And we are getting straight into our first round of top 8. Crowd, make some noise for Chris CCH versus Crucial. Street Fighter 6 top 8 at Fight Kingdom starts right now.
All right, let's get it. Round start. Let's go, Chris CCH. Crucial. How are we going to start this out? Oh, we're playing it slow.
And that is what Chris is so eloquent at doing. His ability to find whip punishes is great, but the crouching medium kick is ever present. Chris now in the corner.
Just that little bit of threat from Akuma. He can do so much damage so quickly, but Chris CCH, he finds the gap in the pressure and he swings out.
Yep, it's going to be these flickers just placed ever so elegantly. A little bit of a drive gauge deficit here for Chris so far, but as long as he's above those free bricks, he's not going to be that hurt. And now you are one, punish counter throw away, but the counter hit, he tried to evade the lights.
Look, it's Chris counter hit, like you said.
Dude, he's set to punish all only. That's how I look at Chris. It hurts to fight him. You're fighting against the bot that is prepared for any type of shenanigan, any type of option you want to present. You have to be able to play the straight-up game so damn well in order to survive. And now into the corner. The right side of the screen is not very friendly. Trade combo is available.
And trade counter hits there. That is so difficult for Crucial. Not a situation you want to be in, locked in the corner right now.
And it's a one-touch situation. Now Chris finds the counter hit. Chris finds the 3 bars, and that is going to be game number 1 for Chris CCH. And what we didn't tell you before we started here is all of top 8 is going to be 3 out of 5.
Yes, it is.
So it's not a first of, it shouldn't be a first of 2 unless I'm mistaken. And this is going to be going the distance. This is where you really get to see adaptations shine in Street Fighter 6. It's the typical CPT format where, I mean, you can get blown up 2-0 in this game so damn fast, and it's going to be up to both of these players to show that they have that longevity, that they have that ability to adapt.
We're already, speaking of adapting, seeing some of that coming out from Crucial, that early throw and then trying to fake out a little bit with the overheads. Chris was good with the fuzzy blocks, able to keep himself in a good spot in this neutral, and once again, just slowly pushing Crucial into the corner.
It's going to be a test of Crucial here, like when he wants to show the OD reversal, because Chris has just been peppering him with these lights with no fear of the reversal DP or even a reversal super, and you are not allowed to test this guy. Like I said,
Joe, don't
punish
test me.
all only.
He got that young man reaction time. That was a crazy response from Chris CCH. So ready, so poised, forcing Crucial to take risks.
Yeah, and I mean, the OD Burger King Blitz -4 did not work out, but Chris CCH undeterred. Not the biggest punish from the likes of Crucial. Still no reversal. And you see Chris so, determined to bait that out. So patient.
Yes, patience is the exact word I was going to use as well. Whether it's those little shimmies or just the pauses in the block strings
reaction after the dash!
reaction.
Oh my God, Chris, and with the lower health on Akuma, that should be enough to get the round, to
my
get game
goodness.
2. You are not allowed to play this on autopilot. You think that fireball is safe? You didn't even know you were in threat range. You didn't know you were dead.
Chris CCH is wide awake. Shout out Katy Perry on that one. I have never seen such reactions from an Ed player. Just the threat showing what you have to do to keep up in the neutral pace against a player of his caliber.
And even though, Crucial was able to get a little bit of damage, the life lead has evaporated. And look at the drive gauge. Still no reversals have been shown. We haven't seen a bar of super meter used from Crucial here. A key part of the overall system mechanics of Street Fighter 6, and it's like, dang, I have supers? Not right
You don't
now.
get an opportunity. You're stuck in block stun. What
There
are you
it
supposed
is.
to do?
Finally letting one rip.
But you're super low on drive gauge, goes for another one, and that's going to be it for that round.
Believed in the wish punish, the light kick, you were safe afterwards, but the buffer was there, and now, I mean, we're buffered straight into a potential 3-0 from Chris. This is a speed run.
Yeah, this is tough. We got one more opportunity. Mom Spaghetti out here. Let's see if Crucial has what it takes. You've got a lot of resources, but can you actually get that super out?
Oh, big counter hit. He tried to get the check on the green stuff. Drive rush was answered excellently. Chris still playing this corner game so dang well. The thing is, you got to be so careful because with that drive kick so low, the FP jump is massive. He's going to get the level 2 dream. Corner to corner, coast to coast. It's not even going to be about the burnout because now the next strike will kill. Crucial has to find a way out. Do you wake up level 3? It is the CA. Guess now for your tournament life and winners.
One shot, he guessed wrong, and that's going to be it for Chris CCH, taking it in a dominant 3-0 fashion.
I did not see an avenue for Crucial to really even set the pace or establish himself. Like I said, we didn't see a single super come out from Akuma. We saw one wake up ODDP, which did end up connecting, but the hesitancy to even represent the defensive options. We didn't see any drive reversals. We didn't see a lot of perfect parry attempts. We only saw the one DP. I felt like so many options were holstered that Chris, if he sees that, you're not willing to roll the dice. But he's playing with loaded hand. Like that's what it felt like. That was brutal.
Sometimes you really do just pay $60 to block. That's tough.
Yeah, that
great
was
stuff to Chris CCH. Moving on to winners finals. Of course, we've got plenty more action coming up here as Gamer and Umali coming up next.
Yeah, Endgamer 3K versus Umali here. Like I said, it's going to be the Aki. I want to see who Endgamer steps up to the plate with. This was Umali was able to actually take down local Seattle Kimberly in the likes of K-pop.
Yes.
In a it was a very close match. Went down to the wire, final touch, dropping inputs left and right to get into this position. So we're gonna see if that Aki can come out on top again. But Endgamer has other ideas here. This is the one player that I actually wasn't able to watch as much as I would have liked in the pools.
I like that you mentioned the dropped inputs because I've been noticing all weekend, like the tournament nerves have been heavy hitting this time around. So many crazy scrambles, dropped combos, and that kind of stuff when you're all the way into top 8.
Oh, yeah.
It can still plague you. It's so important to be on your A game, to have those reaction times like we saw from Chris, to be able to convert your combos, to even read the spacings right so you don't get that stray Akuma DP.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so hard, too, because I understand the headspace he was in. He's looking for potentially a jump medium punch or a jump medium kick from from Ed because it just has such range, and you want to be able to DP that, but didn't pick the Fierce DP, just didn't have the right spacing. And we're getting into it. It's actually going to be Aki versus Jury.
The Femme Fatales.
Yeah, this is, I mean, Aki can do pretty dang well in this matchup. It really is going to depend on how the Fireball Drive Rush gets set up. And our second match of winter semifinals is now set to start. Endgamer 3K going to be duking it out with Umali to see who gets the fight against Chris CCH.
And another patient start. All these players, they realize what's on the line. They don't want to overextend early. Speaking of ascending, though, it's Umali who is the first to extend the pressure into the corner. Great setups with the poison as well.
And I like that tap parry after the minus frames, trying to catch out a potential brass overhead so deep. And now you're really one good strike combo away into level 1 from dying. So NKver 3K has to respect these throws that could potentially come, but finds a way out of the corner, reestablishes that space, and it's all about how you play this preservation game.
Oh, the jump in timing. That was not reaction. That was pure prediction from Gamer. And you are getting rewarded for it.
Man.
Speaking of reactions, Umali not able to react in time. Too much mental stack.
Yep, the throw is there, and now it's a guess for game situation. Gotta be so careful, but the counter hit is gonna be huge here. You can extend completely into the level 1, and that should be the round. It's gonna be the level 2. We want to guarantee it. Wasn't sure about the routing, and I mean, hey, don't be cheap. If you're not certain, especially in Burnout, it's better to just get the round. The number 1 resource is that SA at the top.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree with Umali's decision there. Gamer now had a great response in the last part of that first round, showing the adaptation already to a little bit of the neutral game from Umali.
Yeah, the shimmy, just the micro walk back, coming out huge once again. And the corner carry is what's most important. Did you bait? Absolutely. No meter to be had. Only one guess really left in the tank after this level 1 is used. Endgamer 3K. You gotta be so on point here defensively. And the can kick says you cannot survive. Umali with a convincing game 1.
Umali already showing so much confidence in those kinds of tight situations. Gets 2 guesses, I say in quotes, right in a row in the corner, able to convert it excellently into that first game, but it is far from over as Gamer goes in with the drive rush right off.
Yeah, I love that. Changing the pace immediately, saying, all right, this keep away game, full screen, is not really working against Aki. Maybe I should turn green. $1 million strategy on display here.
Oh, don't get too green, though. Got to be really careful not to overextend here because, again, that adaptation, if your opponent starts to recognize what you're doing, didn't recognize that one, putting Gamer in a fantastic spot.
Yeah, trying to get airborne to get over the fireball there, but just didn't get it in time. So I like the idea from Umali, just a little bit too slow. The spacing was a little rough, and the trade is all that Endgamer needed to get around to the board, stunting the bleeding, getting a little bit of momentum back in their pocket, and most importantly, doing it while saving a ton of that meter. Not spending that level 1 means that level 3 becomes that much more of a factor. You have the install as well with the level 2. Let's see how it goes. Wow.
I feel like the change of pace has gone such a long way for Gamer. Now that Gamer is slowing down and backing up a little bit more, I feel like it's going a little bit more Umali's way, a bit more comfortable in the long range, and great read with the empty jump, max damage combos into the corner, but a drop.
Yeah, I mean, with the right extension, it would have been done.
We're fine.
But that's such a big opportunity for Umali because, I mean, that was a kill combo as soon as you build that level 3 for Umali. Now you have level 3 for this last round where you should have been at 0 bars. So his mistake, his reward, it worked out.
Now it's Umali dominating this drive rush heavy game, trying to get in, trying to force Gamer into the corner. That has been very much the win condition because once you're in the corner, Umali is burned out though. You got to be careful.
Yeah, so scary. I mean, but now you have to be a little bit more careful with your options. The Serpent Lash is going to be susceptible to the DI as well. Poison State is there, so one Whip Punish can really be all she wrote, but there's no DI from Endgamer. He's being a little bit hesitant to approach here. Umali got out of the burnout for free, and now the gauge is back. And you did not want to engage on this, Aki. You're going to be going straight into an 0-2 deficit.
That default timing right as the drive gauge ticks over. Now is the time to swing, and he was ready for it. The perfect KO, a statement to close out game number 2.
I mean, it's kind of brutal. You're probably trying to catch your opponent off guard. Like, why would you go in right when the burnout's out? But that's sometimes how it ends. You're trying to catch your opponent off guard, and it just doesn't go your way.
Empty jump from Endgamer.
Look at the drive gauge chip. Jesus.
Just chill. Everybody take a deep breath.
Yep, and there's no perfect parry representation on these jump-ins so far for the safe jumps. It's really scary to do against Aki if she gets punish counter. And even though the OD reversal came out, Endgamer is in a really bad position drive gauge-wise. You can't afford to go for another one unless you want to be in burnout. And you got no meter. You're close to the corner. How do you get out? Oh, the jump is huge.
It doesn't matter if you block, if you get pushed all the way into the corner. However, the side swap, pretty big for Endgamer, giving an opportunity. Umali again trying to space out with those long buttons, but struggling to get out of the corner.
Yeah, one of the biggest things Umali has been able to do as well is really establish the anti-air game, but reacting to the Nightshade Pulse.
Okay.
Spending the level 1, trying to get just a little bit more damage, make this corner pressure that much more threatening. The neutral jump, but didn't believe you go for the hard read option and the reset. Would you love her if she was a worm? You got one more guess. One more check. Do you DI? You don't have a lot of health. Cruel fade in. Level 1, oh, you were minus.
Okay,
you try it. You cheeky man. You cheeky fella.
And just enough.
It's not enough.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, but the level 1 is going to win. The jump over was correct. Oh, man, we're getting scrappy.
Oh my goodness. Look, I told you, the tournament nerves, those drop combos, those spaghetti situations, they can go it's so detrimental to your top 8 run.
The thing about it, too, is Endgamer 3K doubled down on the jump. He was right the first time, but just didn't have the right punish. He said, I'll do it again. I'm a repeat offender.
Surely he won't expect it 2 times in a row. And he didn't.
Anti-airs are still there for Umali. Gets the toxic state as well, which means this extension could be critical. It's not going to be enough to kill here, but it's all about the corner into the overhead. Meaty as hell to a set point against Endgamer. There is 3 bars on both sides here in just a moment, though.
Now let's see how those resources get utilized. Again, Umali has been settling into this drive rush game if you're in that medium space, either staying very far or very close and not wanting to play in the middle.
This is where Endgamer 3K is going to need to enter the Mind Palace, compose themselves, and find a way to survive here in the corner. Each and every drive rush Oki has connected for Umali so far. Not an overhead this time. You can take 2 more throws. You can take 1 more throw.
1 more for the fans.
Goes for the command grab.
Okay.
It doesn't connect, and now Endgamer 3K is the one in control. There's no super meter on the side of Umali to try to survive here. The delay tech does end up working out, and now you're trying to find a way out of the corner. 1 more throw. We'll do the shimmy.
Wow.
Heard around the auditorium.
And
sends Umali straight to Chris.
Another of those situations where you never get the opportunity to pull out the super meter. It's such a critical part of the game plan. That's half a life bar right there that you never get to see.
Exactly. And I mean, we only saw 1 reversal super really come out from Endgamer 3K. And it was a level 3 that was baited. And I think that's where you saw the hesitancy for the rest of the set. A couple of ODDPs came out. Only one of them really didn't work out, but I think it was just because it was a hit confirm issue. So it all comes down to the confidence in representing your defensive options. Against Aki, you've got to be okay backdashing. You have to be okay going for perfect parry. You have to be okay busting out with those options. Otherwise, she can trample you.
But on the other side of it, it was great to see Endgamer 3K's confidence on the offense. Being willing to make those big reads, even when, as you mentioned, like you had that 1 drop on the jump, you got the read. Well, I'm still right, and I bet you're going to do it again. Let me double down. When in doubt, always double down. Unfortunately, however, Umali's offense was just a little bit more potent.
And I like it from Umali, too, because in that position, if that level 1 connects, you win the set. You're happy about that. You're up 2 games. I'll do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
And Endgamer was the one needing to go for those big swings, right?
Yeah, you get the opportunity. The risk to you is much lower than your opponent, so that reward tastes all that little bit sweeter. As we get into our next game here, we got Biscuit and K-Pop Hwani on the sticks.
This is a storied rivalry from the Salon here, our local in Seattle. Shoutouts to everybody from the Salon. Thank you, Red and PL, for putting together such an amazing event, which has helped us develop such an amazing roster of players. We got Dr. Danny Pham in the chat. That is Big Bro himself, who's going to be watching this one with some contempt as well. Like, the losing bro here is not in for a good time.
I look over, the first thing I see on the chat is Dr. Danny Pham saying free.
Yeah, this one's going to be a banger.
What do you mean by that?
We got SSB, SSJ. That's Super Saiyan Bro, Super Saiyan John. The hair gets longer every loser's match he wins. Versus Huge Biscuit on the other side. And yeah, like, this is a very back and forth, storied rivalry for the Salon and Seattle. K-Pop, he's won the Salon a couple of times under his belt. Biscuit had a lot of consistent second places. He just wasn't able to close it out. Yeah, go ahead.
They are both character loyalists.
Oh, yeah.
They have been playing these characters since day 1. I remember the release weekend tourney, K-Pop pulling out the Kimberly and going, this is the one. Showed us all what he could do as like SummerCon or something or other like that. Absolutely destroyed that whole bracket, and he's still going.
Yep. That is his Ibuki function in this game. He loves the APM. When, you know, the options start working out, the serotonin hits, the same thing can be said for Biscuit. When the command grab and medals start stacking up, you feel higher than a kite. And we are getting straight into losers round 1. One player will stay in the bracket. One player goes home. Let's see if Biscuit can build the medals to add on to his Fight Kingdom medal this weekend. K-Pop is already off to the races. To the corner we go.
We just saw a scary aspect of Biscuit's game plan. At some point, kind of the nature of the character, you have to go for those lows. In this case, he decided to take the gamble going early. Didn't work out, giving K-Pop that pressure in the corner, which is a scary spot for Manon.
Exactly. And now just playing that stand medium kick range. Closer and closer. Biscuit wants to get those 3 drive gauge back before he really tries to engage once again. Poking out with his own light kick, but the slide is ever present, but the overreach is going to be huge here. Getting out of the corner is massive, and now K-Pop is the one who's in a dire situation. Level 1 is your only like real invincible option to get out, but it's pretty damn slow, and that's why the jab is represented. I don't think he has a route into level 2 that kills. That's why we're going to see the drive gauge reservation. And he misses the punishment. It doesn't matter. There's an amazing trap with the standing heavy punch.
That got a little dicey there, but K-Pop able to close it out. That ability to get out of the corner, so important in this matchup. Biscuit had the opportunity. You start to see the strike throw game coming out, but only got the one normal throw in the end.
Yep, and now there's another medal with the perfect parry immediately, just when Biscuit seemed to be getting momentum. K-Pop strikes back. And the drive gauge that it cost Biscuit to get that makes it so much harder to really engage on this next interaction, because if you DRC, closer and closer, but playing it slow, we're right back into a healthy state.
Back, right? Now you've got the full bars. K-Pop, actually the one who pulls the trigger. Now you're thrown into the corner, and now we're back into the situation, but so back and forth as we get another medal on the board.
And the thing is, if Biscuit is able to get into this last round with the 3 bars still,
it's scary.
He's in such a great position. We're seeing the elbow drop to try to bait out the great anti-airs from the likes of Manon, from the likes of Biscuit, but it's going to be a very cheap finish here. Another medal on the board, and there's no install for K-Pop. Biscuit in prime position to take this first game.
Yeah, that install is a fantastic point. It's so important for the character to be able to keep up in the neutral, because you don't have the button range that a character like Manon has. But one thing you can do, just get that read, just jump into the corner. Now we're all buffed up with that level 3 on this final round.
And it's a great decision to do early in the round because of the damage buff, because of the walk speed buff. It's going to make it a lot easier to contend with Manon. Drive reversal comes out, and now Biscuit needs to stop K-Pop from finding a way to burn him out. So I might see a couple of these tap parries come through, the jump in again, and a back throw. You're still stuck.
This is so tough for Biscuit. When do you pull the trigger? You've already shown that willingness to use the drive reversal. When do you pull out the level 3 is now the time.
And the check on the jab for the dash. Now we have level 5 for the medals. If he's able to get command grab into the level 3, he might just be able to kill here in burnout. Only the level 1 is going to be there to defend against the DI, but he gets the knockdown, giving him a little bit more time. And he's going to go for it. He doesn't recover in time. That is going to be CA. The song is being sang. It might be enough to kill. It's 5 medals CA. Survey says it's dead. Oh my goodness.
Biscuit with the comeback in game number 1. He found his opening, so patient all the way through that last round. All the way through the game, for that matter.
That's where it became that much more threatening. Like I said, the fact that he was able to save those 3 bars and get that last round for free made a world of difference. The medals were on deck. K-Pop burned himself out, unable to secure that corner position hit, and it was all Biscuit after that. The game plan crumbled.
It was scary in the first round as well. Did not get any medals built until round 2, but still managed to get 5 by the time it was needed. But now K-Pop got that early advantage yet again. This is looking a little bit like a rinse and repeat of round 1 the first time.
Yeah, and the thing about this too is K-Pop this Friday, when we were at the Salon, lost to the secondary Manon from another one of our players, so he's got to recalibrate. He has been thinking about this matchup, and this is how you readjust. If you take this first round clean, no medals from the likes of Biscuit, you're going to be feeling great, but now under duress, there's
there
one.
We go.
How many more? There's 2. Uh-oh.
Not like this. One more for the fans. Give it to us, Biscuit.
This is a consolation prize, if anything. Even if he loses this round, those medals, you feel great about him now. Going for the overhead, they're a little cheeky. We haven't seen the low represented just yet either. So that's got to be on K-Pop's mind, but nothing left on the mind. Mental stack reset.
But to your point,
the round.
3 medals, not too bad going out of round number 1, especially as we saw how well Biscuit's able to build them in the later rounds. K-Pop going to be playing around that, probably going to be jumping a little bit more, being a little more cautious in the neutral. We'll see what that looks like. But at this point, continuing to just use that mobility to back Biscuit into the corner.
Yep, another medal on the board here. It makes that command grab that much more threatening, which then makes Strike
Okay.
a continually potent option.
Got to grab the grappler, right? That is the best defense. It's a good throw game.
Oh, man,
3 bars on both sides, by the way.
Yeah. We've been in this position before. K-Pop, though, if he's able to get into the CA, which he is now, he gets a hit confirm, can really get a lot going. He might go for it here off of the Azuna drop. Going to be a little bit more damage. It is going to be the CA. He wants to get the game on the board now. Or even potentially force Biscuit to spend some meter to survive here.
And even if you don't get the game on the board here, at least you have got that buff going into the final round.
Oh, he
So
made
that's
it, he
on
made
the board,
it!
Not again!
It doesn't matter that the meter was spent. It doesn't matter about the next round. He's closing it out now. A wonderful OD run cancel is what sets him up for success there.
Okay, K-Pop, I see the adaptation.
And the willingness, too. The thing about that is I think even if he level 3'd, he could have potentially backdashed to beat the level 3 back from K-Pop, back from Biscuit. So he's aware that he was punished before and that Biscuit has been looking for it. So I love that he's still willing to, go to that well. If you get hit once from something, it doesn't mean that option is shelved forever. And that's why this match, I think, is going to be the closest match that we have so far of top 8. We've had a couple of blow-ups here. And these two are rivals.
Yeah, even as
Neither one of them want to lose. They really don't want to lose.
No, they definitely don't. I saw these dudes chilling and hanging out beforehand, so I know whoever wins will be rooting for the other. It's a little bit painful to have to do a team kill, but you're in top 8.
He's old. He's old. He got hit by the red stuff. Man, that's not
the
fair.
age allegations.
Once you see 3 decades on the screen, you said, I'm turning red.
It's over. That's why right before the match, you got to go, hey, what's your main? How old are you?
That's messed up. You do an age check.
With the age check real quick.
That walk forward, delay, crouch, medium punch. Probably a delay tech from Biscuit. I'm curious because we did see the counter here. And now under duress from the throw loops.
My goodness, this is so back and
Ooh,
forth.
the bait again?
Both of these characters are so strong in the corner and so weak in the corner when they're on defense. And so you end up with rounds like this where whoever gets walked back first can just lose.
Overhead,
Great
do we
overhead.
throw again? He baits it out, not in time. The low does not recover. But you got to be so careful here because you could just fall apart in an instant, especially once these overheads are starting to get peppered. The anti-air is there. Biscuit doesn't find the DI this time. The wake up level 1 from K-Pop.
He dropped 10 years off of the age right there. My man, he's waking up. Look, it's like 4 p.m. at this point. That's like 9 a.m. gamer time, so still needs his cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm stoked that he is showing the wake-up supers because that's something that K-Pop has been adding into his game plan, as time has passed. So seeing it come out is great. That's one of the times where it doesn't matter how slow the startup is and you can react to the DI. The bait!
Oh.
That was so good. Immediately finds the punish on the drive reversal again. But the back throw, this changes everything. Oh no!
The start of that round was such a deep breath, and now they are exhaling. Biscuit got K-Pop in the corner. You got 4 medals as well. Let's see. Can
Regular
we get
throw.
the 5th? Regular throw for that Oki. Thank you very much. We're going to throw loop a little
Wake up,
bit.
crouch, medium kick. He tried to beat the shimmy, and he does find the mark, but it's not enough just yet. Even if you get the CA, you don't burn out Biscuit. Now, if he goes for a raw DI, he can reaction check him. He can only take so much. He doesn't have enough health to absorb it. The slide was everything, and the spacing was all Biscuit needed.
Saw K-Pop trying to bait there as well. Wanted Biscuit to press a button, but Biscuit holding fast, staying patient, recognizing I've got so much health to work with. I don't need to press those preemptive buttons. And that's what caused K-Pop to finally feel like, all right, I got to pull the trigger. Didn't pay off. Biscuit was ready for it.
Yeah, calculating right now in his head. He's just taking a moment to think about exactly how he should approach
see
this
the
potential.
machinations.
Yeah, the gears are turning. This potential final match and the bracket for him today. Great shot of the bros there. Shout out to production. The cabs look incredible. Shout out to everybody in the crowd as well, enjoying this. Are you guys enjoying Street Fighter? Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, the dichotomy of the cabs on the stage is a very special thing about this event. But we're getting right into what might be the last round here. Biscuit going for the command throw, not able to find it.
Dude, his drive gauge is in shambles as well. You might see a perfect parry attempt here. Oh, there it was.
And there
He's
we go.
trying to turn blue, and now you are in trouble. You got 1 gauge to defend. I think you can save it, brother.
Overhead?
3 times? Ooh, yeah, there it is.
Oh,
I could
okay.
turn red too,
Yeah.
young man. First round rapidly taken for K-Pop.
What you going to do about it? You're looking kind of ashy right now.
That was messed up, man. The skincare routine was just not good.
It's not
She's got
looking
very
good.
fair skin.
Yeah, get him some moisturizer.
The fair French lady.
Been in the sun for a little bit too long today.
Exactly. Oh, man. Nice. Azuna drop. Going to get a ton of damage here. I think he doesn't build the level 3, but he just wants the can into a full extension. Now he's going to level 3 because it's going to put him on death's door to take us to a potential Game 5 between these two. Biscuit, are you
tough.
locked in?
You don't have level 3. You've only got 2 medals. You're in the
Oh,
corner.
he grabbed the overhead. This is where it can all fall apart.
That's a
Now
great
he
way to
has
start.
CA, but he wants to save the meter. He's got to look at this longevity. He's got to look at it for the set-wise. No DI reaction.
Oh, no.
And now if he DIs again, he will get chipped out. But
And
he
if
just
he
needs
gets
one
thrown-
stand medium kick, one stand light kick, one slide even.
So many things to think about in that situation. The mental stack absolutely balloons when you're in that last hit situation. Great stuff to K-Pop to be able to find the right option to slide into those DMs to take it to game number 5.
Yeah, let me see that, man. He's still locked in, undeterred. Dude, those pupils are dilated as hell. My man is ready. He sees
He's got the
Kimberly's
eye
windscreen,
drops.
and he's like, I am going. This is my main op. She is going down.
Now's when you lean over to K-Pop. You said you were 30, right?
Shut up.
Like, drops a water bottle, see if he's quick enough to grab it.
Final game between these two in losers round 1. One player will stay on, one player will go home. Who
Ooh,
becomes
these
the biggest
overhooks.
little bro of the salon? That's what we're going to find out right now. The throw again. The perfect parries are not working
my
out.
Goodness.
Biscuit is crumbling.
This is what we call adaptation right here. The entire set has led to this moment as Biscuit trembles, falls down into the pressure of K-Pop. The perfect coming out in
Perfect
this
them
last
back.
game.
Perfect them back. Do it. I need cinema. For the people. Careful. Uh-oh. Yep, with punish. Playing it slow again.
Oh.
K-Pop knows he's in control. He knows that Biscuit is the one who's under duress. He wants to play this slow, calculated whip punish game.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I got overheads of my own. What you going to do about it? K-Pop has been just steadily being pushed into the corner. You do have to be careful about that.
They're playing it so slow between each other.
Oh.
Nice counter hit, catching a delay jab from the likes of Biscuit. Stuck in the corner once again, but the challenge out on the heavy kick. A little bit too much startup. Not plus enough there. A
Great
medal
call
on the
out.
board now. Biscuit. 2 interactions. The way he goes for the wing of super. Something that is so rare for K-pop comes out. The rarest pull of all. And now you've got to handle all this pressure. Potentially. Perfect parry doesn't work out. Still in a pretty good position. The CA is about to be built for Biscuit too, but you really don't want to spend that meter.
We've seen Biscuit pull this
Double
back
jump in.
before.
Oh, the
It's not
throw.
looking good.
It's not enough. Pixel in a dream.
We've seen this before as well. Last time K-Pop went
Slide.
for the slide here. Do you go for the run-in? Do you go for
Overhead.
the DI? So many
Oh.
different options. Goes for the low.
DI and he reacts back. He tried to get the command grab and K-Pop won. He closes it out with a 3-2 finish over huge Biscuit. Stuck in such a compromising position with such low health. It's just little you could do. And I mean, a reaction CA would have gotten him into that final round, but sometimes you are not able to rise to the occasion as K-Pop rises continually through the bracket. What a show. Closest match we've had of top 8 so far. Banger set. That was so good.
It was. I feel like K-Pop just controlled the tempo so hard through so much of that set, especially in the last game. We saw at the moments where he went in, he got super aggro, and then when he needed it, when it benefited him, he slowed it way down. And that back and forth, I feel like was just too much for Biscuit to be able to keep up with.
Yeah, being able to change your pace on a dime and quickly assess how your opponent is feeling about the speed and the timing of your gameplay is a critical, like it's a crucial skill to succeed here.
It is.
And I mean, this next match is going to be, you know, it's game time for both these players. The other side of losers, after a match like that, you've got to deliver. It is going to be Fine Like Wine versus Banksters. So I think this is going to be a Seattle versus Alaska match, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Alaska has been repping in the chat. We saw some gift subs earlier. Thank you again for those. We've been seeing support all weekend from those guys. I feel like every time I'm on, Alaska's doing something silly. We've got Alaska sitting in the front row as well. I see the Luke cosplay. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout-outs to all those gamers. Oh, yeah, this is Mai. He plays Mai. That's right. I remember
Yes.
now. I remember. The one Mai Shiranui to make it to top 8.
The one
And
and
it's going to be Guile versus Gunnar Guile, as you can see here. Mai Shiranui, that's what I call her.
Look, Capcom knows what they were
Like,
doing.
what
I
if
saw the
what if
Twitter.
Sonic Boom bounced? That's
It's not the only
Mai.
thing that bounces.
She's got a great DP. She's got Sonic Booms. She's got an incredible level 1.
And she's got Sonic Booms that hit you twice, like you said.
Yeah. Her toolkit is not lacking in any department.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, she's well equipped.
Yeah.
Against the classic Zoner himself. I love that face. Yeah, she is ready to fight, and we're ready to get into this. Seattle versus Alaska. Fine Like Wine versus Banksters. This is going to be Guile versus Mai Shiranui to close out round 1 of our top 8 here.
Fine Like Wine already showing the ability to at least fight through those OD fans, forcing Bankster to make something happen. But you got to be very careful playing that Fireball War against a character like Mai who can convert off of it so hard.
Ooh, taking the throw, and now under duress in the corner. Trying to backdash the throw, but the delay comes out from Banksters. It's time to catch it, and the flash kicks are ripping. Oh, the DI was so dang smart. Fine Like Wine kind of autopiloted after the Sonic Blade was set up, and that is a round 1 win for Banksters. Alaska popping off in the front row.
Great awareness from Banksters to take advantage of that little bit of an autopilot as well, right? Those booms, as strong as they are, that's one of their big weaknesses. If you're in the wrong place, they can get DI checked.
Exactly. I mean, the willingness to go for them, it's kind of difficult. So, I mean, I like that from Banksters early. The DI again, dang.
No reaction.
You are happy to go into that well. You say you're not going to react, Guile. No punish on the target combo.
Guile's an old man, that is for sure.
Curious, chat, my players in the chat, what is Mai's 5-frame punish on that target combo? Ooh, nice.
I love that.
Doesn't matter, you got hit by the first one.
Right, you're in a situation where you haven't really shown that before. You're expecting Banksters to go in, so of course, just flash kick the first time. Now you're at least creating a rock, paper, scissors.
Ooh, and nice, though. Anti-air does come through on the dive. Really good reaction from Fine Like Wine. Not going to get the, flash kick anti-air.
Oh, no.
A little bit extra damage. Perfect parry is huge! And almost in burnout. That's why you see him not really wanting to approach. He's just going to play the boom game. Anti-air does come out from Banksters, though, and this is a critical position.
Critical whiff there from Banksters, and Fine Like Wine able to get on the board.
Yep, love that wonderful placement of that cross medium punch from Fine Like Wine. Still, he's not afraid of the boom. He said, DI me again. I dare you. He's going to kick her in the head twice here. Reminder which game she came from.
Little extra scaling on that combo because you did the double medium punch, but hey,
nice.
At least you're making sure you've got that charge. I respect that. You want to be absolutely sure. Drive rush in. One more opportunity to close it out.
Perfect. Out. Smarted there. Great bait from Fine Like Wine. 3 out of 5s are great for him because, his game plan just ages so damn well. The more he gets to see you fight, the more he learns.
And we saw exactly that just now. Bankster's going for another one of those DIs, but this time, Fine Like Wine was ready for it, reacted, and got the punish.
Oh, burnt out, though, into the immediate DI reset. I think Fine Like Wine is kind of happy about this, though, because you got that full gauge back. The only problem is she's got the install.
Finally, those flame stocks making show. We see them immediately taking effect. So much damage coming out. These resets so potent.
Nice. On the jump back, but the wake-up flash kick, letting them rip again, letting them flow.
Those wake-up flash kicks have been so well executed. I'm yet to see it come to his detriment.
Yeah, once it's baited, it feels a little bit harder to put it on display, but
hasn't yet.
Yeah, it's been great so far, showing different looks against the OD fan as well, not just letting the flash kick rip no matter what. So Fine Like Wine is making it really difficult for Banksters to apply the pressure. No counter hit confirmed, though. Banksters finds a knockdown and finds the corner spacing.
Drive reversal, I love that. Again, Fine Like Wine using different defensive options to get past those fans from Banksters, and Banksters is, I think, struggling a little bit to find their responses consistently.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all going to come down to how that drive gauge bandit comes in, because he's spending a lot on these OD fans, and when you're not able to really chip away at the life of Guile, you're still losing that range game, and he's happy that you're at a life deficit. You can't really drive rush in to get more damage. Ooh. Big counter hit, and he's going to level 3. I like the spend. It's going to take us to the second attempt for Fine Like Wine to get a 2-0 lead here in our third round.
Yeah, you're going in with a resource disadvantage, but like you said, that SA, the most important resource in the game. As we're going in, immediate aggression coming out from Fine Like Wine as well. Once again, just mixing up the game plan, making it so hard for Banksters to get comfortable.
Oh, big wrist punish with the big boot. Whiff fest. And the immediate level 3, I kind of like that. It's not going to force Fine Like Wine into burnout, but I mean, one drive rush sequence will leave him there. Like drive rush, stand heavy kick is probably what we're going to see. No, it's just going to be OD fan.
Okay.
DI to
Burned yourself out. Let's see if it was worth it. Fine Like Wine, of course, plays a character that's pretty good at keeping you out, but once you get in, Bankster's going to take full advantage of that. Great tech.
Buffering is going to be really difficult here because you have to have it with the charge. No anti-air just yet, but the throw, he's 2+. Now out of the corner, in a great position. Upside down kick is jump though. Anti-air, he goes for the air-to-air.
The dash back did not work out for Banksters, and now giving opportunity for Fine Like Wine, who's got the resources back, already spending 4 bars. Oh, the Condor dive gets you in, manages to get the hit as well, and we've got those flame stocks back.
Wasn't negative enough, and now you have to deal with the boom pressure. Baby booms are coming for you.
What do? He's going to space those so you can't jump in.
Yeah, you had to find the hit on the dive, and the baby booms were more than enough. My Shiranui sure isn't enough at this moment. Fine Like Wine is playing divine.
This has been a fun set to watch.
Oh, the crazy eyes? Oh, look at her go.
The little adaptations coming out on both sides that maybe don't look like a lot on the high level, but at the small level, they are the things that are making the neutral wins happen.
And look how low the drive gauge is already. You do not feel good as Banksters. Because now you gotta be perfect. Oh my god, that sweep was crazy.
You can't just block booms anymore.
And yeah, you got out of that situation, but you're burnt against Guile.
Yeah, that's not good.
We lit.
Look, we don't have a level 2, but he's got a lot of damage coming your way. Of course, the overhead mix-up coming in, and because it's off drive rush, he's got the frames to combo. He's got the frames to push you into the corner.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Survey says nothing. You absolutely get obliterated here. Full extension from the likes of Fine Like Wine to the level 1 to take us to set point here.
Nice cleanup.
Alaska is in trouble. Nice jump in to start.
That's the ranked classic right there. Like, you're going to boom off round start. I'm just jumping in.
I love this delay throw again from Banksters. 2 times now he's been able to catch the backdash from Fine Like Wine. And you thought that you could DI the OD boom. But he's been prepared and already adapted.
If it was a regular boom, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's been changing up the strength levels so much.
Ooh, the bait there. He's been going for those drive rush overheads, and now this time he tried to make something happen. Banksters, though, able to find a way through. Another super. Not going to quite take the round, but it's going to get you close.
It's all about getting that drive gauge back here because now you have an OD fan at your disposal. You have a drive rush, and it immediately hits, taking himself to another potential game 1 on his side.
I like the hard knockdown call out as you're dead, in case you weren't sure.
Yeah, you got it. Oh, nice. Gets through again with OD Flash Kick. He's at 100% success rate with the defensive tools so far. And the booms are flowing. Anti-air is always there. Banksters hasn't missed one of them just yet. It's making it really hard for Fine Like Wine to find any jump-ins. Gets the stuff on the boom now. Stuck in the corner once again. Plus frames from the heavy kick. Gives him the spacing in order to find the shimmy. Locked down once again. He can find the install here. He's not going to go for it just yet. And the throw tech is there for Fine Like Wine. Level 3 is going to come out here relatively soon, which means now if you get that heavy kick into level 3, you might just explode the CA.
That heavy punch.
The flash kick.
Another flash kick. He cannot drop those. He's so consistent. Another anti-air from Banksters. Going to push him into the corner. You're burned out as Guile.
Does he DI the anti-air again? And he gets it! He catches the OD! It wasn't enough, it reaches, and Fine Like Wine bets it all, and the casino pays out in dividends for Fine Like Wine to take it 3-0. He sends it, and the flash kick was 100% successful 100% of the time.
Insane behavior.
Brutal.
I think a key factor of why those flash kicks were so successful was because every flash kick was coming out in a different situation. And a lot of those situations are those, to use the term you used earlier, like those autopilot offensive pressure scenarios, right?
Yeah.
You get your hit, you get the OD fans in some cases, or you get your knockdown extension in mid-screen, and then this flash kick comes out of nowhere that you're not expecting.
Yeah, and that updates us for the bracket there. Round 1 has been completed, which is going to take us into our winners finals a little bit later, which is going to be Chrissy CH versus Umali, and then losers quarterfinals, and Gamer 3K against K-Pop Wani, and then ultimately Crucial versus Fine Like Wine. Crucial as still a Alaska representative in the bracket that has a chance to upset Seattle. But right now, Seattle is locked on and loaded into these sets to take it all out. It looks like we're already getting our players set up here.
Yeah, we're ready to go right into the next one. We got K-Pop Wani and Endgamer 3K on the sticks. We've seen both of these players already. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be an incredible show of matches for these guys here. I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly how they adapt to each other. K-Pop had a resounding performance against against Huge Biscuit, taking us down to the very wire. And we actually don't have a ton of juries in Seattle, so
True.
This is going to be a pretty interesting match for K-Pop. But K-Pop is a storied competitor. He's been playing since Street Fighter 4. He's got years and years of Street Fighter under his belt. He can play straight up. He can play scrappy. And when you climb up the rank ladder, you have to put a couple of juries in the body bag.
Yeah, you definitely do.
He's met his rank quota every single week. Shout-outs to Big Bro Danny Pham, making us get better. Otherwise, we're second-class bros. And this is definitely a first-class bro right here. This is a Phase 1 bro. He's on the Avenger squad.
You think so?
I think so.
Is this his end game?
I
or
believe
is that
it.
going to be grand
No.
finals?
All right, he's one of the ones that didn't get snapped.
Oh, I see.
He's trying to cook, and so is Endgamer 3K. It is going to be Jury versus Kimberly here in our losers quarterfinal to determine who makes it in the top 4 at Fight Kingdom.
All right, let's get into this. Let the intro rock as well, just to make sure the Femme Fatale's coming out. How are we going to start this round? We're just both going to walk forward, create that intimidation, create the spacing, trying to posture for that first neutral win. That looks like it's going to be K-Pop who slides
my
in, but
God.
the early DP, you know what? I respect an early DP.
Errors from both sides. I think he was looking for the punish into hit confirm there, and it just did not work out. So that's 2 times we've seen that from Endgamer 3K. In the previous set, that's how he ended up in losers. And again, oh man, this is 2 input errors from K-Pop back-to-back on these elbows.
One thing that I like to see from K-Pop is how he adapts his corner pressure both on the matchup and the player matchup. Like we saw earlier against Biscuit, it was overhead into overhead into overhead. And now we get to see, does that option come out again, or is it more of like those elbows?
Exactly. We're going to see now. Oh, nice. But the drive gauge is bleeding here, and that's why K-Pop is trying to get that burnout. Stuck in the corner. One more throw will kill. K-Pop here just takes the jab, and it is a counter hit. He could not press his way out. Endgamer 3K getting around on the board early.
It's a drive rush. Look, you've got that jury speed. You might as well use it. I love the dash in into the throw as well, mixing up your opponent, making it so hard. And once again, welcome back to the corner, Kimberly.
Yeah, the right side of the screen is not your ally here. Going to be a ton of damage from K-Pop. The knockdown is what's most important. Good block on the overhead so far. Stand fierce into the run. No jab pressure this time. And Gamer 3K finding the whip punish, though.
Gamer was so careful there as well. You saw those micro walks back and forth until it's your time to shine. Now pulling out the level 3, getting that damage on the board, trying to take this quickly.
Exactly. And I mean, you have an opportunity to build even more meter.
Ooh,
oh,
great
but no
shimmy.
follow-up. All you needed was a drive rush there. I think it was the wrong button press. But now you have CA. As K-Pop, you have to find a way to win out in this neutral. No check on the drive rush again, though. That is the tried and true strategy from Jury.
Watch you walking.
We got to see a little bit more, potential stand light kick here from K-Pop. Crouching medium kick to catch that drive rush. It's just hard. It's hard. It's very, very fast, very strong. One of her best tools to win out in the neutral.
Endgamer looking really solid in that game. You were talking about the neutral. I think a big part of that neutral was beyond just the decision making, taking advantage of the speed of your character. That's something that K-Pop hasn't been able to tap into, especially because of the absence of that level 3.
Yeah, and he walked himself in the corner here. I mean, he has to find a way to escape with potentially a back throw, but the DI connects. The mental stack is becoming a little bit too much. He hasn't gotten any momentum here. No DP this time from the likes of Endgamer.
K-Pop is able to bully out of the corner, doesn't get any damage, but gets a little bit of positioning, giving you the opportunity to back step as necessary. But again, just the wall of Endgamer.
Yeah, he is getting battered right now. No Antia this time. He tried to bait it out with the elbow drop. You can't really see a DRC from K-Pop either here because he will get forced into burnout. The overhead, the brain buster.
And I feel like in another life, Endgamer might have been the Guile player. The way you just set up that wall, making it so hard for K-Pop to get in.
Yeah, oh man, that button's so big. No whip punish again, and he gets caught by the drive rush, and he's back in the corner. He's walked himself back so consistently. It can be a potent strategy if he's able to, get the side switch, and he finds it.
Great answer.
Now it's paying off in dividends. You just got to keep him locked in. The bait on the DP this time. He's figuring out the defensive habits of Endgamer 3K. One game isn't enough to decide it all. A full extension. And now
it gets scary.
You guess again, level 1, maybe a reversal. No, he tries to wake up with maybe a delay tech, maybe a jab, but maybe doesn't cut it.
Yeah, K-Pop doesn't care what you're trying to wake up with. He's throwing hands, or in this case, feet, something that Jury should be pretty familiar with. Now going in quickly, rapid pressure into the corner. These drive rushes using a lot of resources. Another block on the overhead.
He's showing the different looks here as well. This time going for the run follow-up after the stand fears to catch out a potential jab mash. Now with the Fura, the Feng Shui engine install, it's going to be that much more difficult, but the perfect parry. It was a safe jump. You were able to tech there.
Welcome
you
to
get
the
counter
corner.
hit. If he's able to get a level 3 here and stop him, oh no, you can get a punish.
But you managed to wait out the install. That is critical. And the last hit of the
back through.
slide there, K-Pop, I think, messing up a little bit, accidentally throwing him out of the corner.
Yeah, I was holding back there, potentially trying to block after a throw.
Oh,
Another
it's okay,
throw
we got
here,
another
though.
one.
Now you can't take the strike. If you get hit by any of these buttons, the shimmy,
Oh,
he's
no,
too
the
far
whip.
for the stand heavy punch.
He shimmied too close to the sun, and that's going to give Gamer another opportunity, setting up those stocks, trying to walk forward, create some space for himself.
I want to potentially see, oh my god, nice, the conversion on the air. Hit, not able to get a full conversion either, but the medium kick does work out. K-Pop getting a game on the board. We've got ourselves a set, ladies and gentlemen.
We do. It is not over yet. Gamers look so confident in that first game, only for K-Pop to completely turn it on its head 2 rounds in a row there. It doesn't matter if you got a perfect, I got the W. Let's go to game number 3.
Game number 3 between these two. We got ourselves a traditional 1st to 2. Duking it out. And this is, this is a nail biter here. A couple of mistakes from K-Pop. Endgamer 3K has had a couple of opportunities. And he's really been winning out in the neutral. K-Pop has found a way to, reestablish that cornering position. This time, winning out on the drive rush war.
That DP finally starting to work out for Gamer. It's been 50-50. Sometimes K-Pop gets the punish on it, but in that situation, it worked out really well.
Back throw is huge here. And again, even though K-Pop was able to win that first interaction, it always feels like an uphill battle so far with the jury. The button economy is just so hard to deal with. No check again. The stand medium kick was a little bit too slow.
Ooh.
Yeah, just walking back. Yeah, it's so hard. Nah, I tried to bait it, but it went for a little bit of a delayed press. Didn't believe that it was coming out for Very great there on the fireball. But not much else gained from that. No bait this time. Oh, there we go. A little bit too delayed on the jab.
Both of them trying so hard to get their offensive game plan running. Those drive rushes, a critical part of the toolkit. But once again, I feel like Gamer is a little more comfortable in this part of the match.
A little bit of a trade there, too. Oh, my God, the dash forward is not enough to kill. Pixel in a dream. Maybe a DI comes out here, too. Because if you DI back, you will die. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, you're dead.
I told you. It was there. It was there. We were just waiting.
You got to get that crazy jump read or something. Such a tough scenario to be in. K-Pop, though, not deterred.
Nice.
Going in again. Caught him blocking low. And another DP from Endgamer starting to figure that out.
Yeah, really good awareness from Endgamer. Lockdown once again. Slide for the plus frames. The shimmy works out this time. The spacing was eloquent. And I think he level 3s here. Absolutely. It's not going to burn out. But it puts Endgamer into a pretty scary, potentially one-touch position where you can't really perfect parry. Let's see how it goes.
And it gives
Burns him
K-Pop
out.
so many resources to
Right.
work with. There's that burnout, taking advantage
Oh,
of
no!
the resource swap. Speaking of swaps, we got
Messed
a
up the-
side swap.
Messed up the string and now back thrown into the corner. He has CA available. This is the most.
Ooh, the slide.
This is the deadliest because now you take the CA, you die.
Oh,
the
no.
throws are going to be
Oh,
that much
no.
more threatening. Doesn't get the jump out for sure. He baits it.
Oh,
He does it. He presses late, and that CA is going to give Endgamer a 2-1 lead here in the set. Oh my goodness.
I don't think that felt as good as you think it did, Jury. Unfortunate for K-Pop to drop that way. Looked so strong going into those last moments, but the resource advantage, that critical art, the win con.
Man, he even delayed the jab there. He probably was thinking about going for the level 3 bait, but it just didn't come out when he expected. The button to follow up to try to steal that pressure to stop maybe potential jab pressure coming out. Caught him reaching.
Now he
Good
got
pop
a deep
in a-
breath as well.
Compromising position now, and Gamer 3K trying to snuff out another Seattle competitor here.
We are whiffing right now, looking so hard for those counter hits. Neither of them able to find much, but we are able to find yet another DP from Jury.
Ooh, wrong jumping button there. And the drive rushes just continue to get checked from K-Pop. They haven't been working out the DI. Answered finally with a parry. Endgamer's been getting great mileage off of the DIs in the corner. About to burn out from the legs of Endgamer. That's why you see the throw tech there. K-Pop was potentially looking for a parry. The sweep, though, is huge. Oh, no, but he
double
doesn't get a
jump,
punish.
Okay. Playing hopscotch right now. Endgamer in a good spot because of that with the side switch. Now K-Pop kind of stuck in the corner.
Nice.
Does get the step back. It was a risk, but it paid off. But you are low on resources.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard. He's close to burnout, but the Tribe Rush is huge here.
Just enough.
399.
Just enough for K-Pop to squeeze that out. And now we're going into round number 2 with a bit of an advantage. We want that game number 5.
And I like that K-Pop is starting to go for like jump heavy kick here as well. Ooh, the spacing one, that was a little bad. Because he's been showing the elbow so much that Endgamer has gotten a little hesitant on the anti-air. So you can get a little bit of chip damage, get the plus frames, and now you're going to be in a plus situation because you got extra move speed, extra damage, and extra health on the board.
Hey, the drive reversal wake up.
no.
A little bit of a mix-up there from Endgamer, not something you typically see.
Ooh, I don't know if I really agree with this, though. Endgamer putting himself into a pretty compromising position. You have to be right on these next couple interactions. Yes, you're halfway out of burnout, but there's still a lot of woods to clear here. Uh-oh.
Okay, well, that's one.
It feels
And we get
better if
2.
you're right every time.
One
Oh
more.
my god, it doesn't matter that he burned himself out. K-Pop now burnout. All he needs to do is ODDP and he kills.
There
And
you
that
go.
is set point here for Endgamer. It didn't matter that he was burnt. He was confident in the offense.
It got a little bit scary there. K-Pop taking full advantage, knowing you can't drive impact me. If I just block right, I'm fine.
Didn't check
However,
it. Oh,
never
man.
found a way through.
The medium kick has just not been fast enough. It's getting stuffed on the startup almost every single time. Jump out not answered, though.
K-Pop's got to keep this corner pressure. That is critical to the win con.
The slide
the slide
again!
gets called
Oh.
out. Endgamer is calling out more and more of those kinds of overcommitments.
That's been the breaking point for K-Pop so many times now. He's gotten punish countered, I think, 3 times in a row for the whiff slide.
Hang
He
on.
doesn't bait it. He did the
Oh!
right thing, but he just overextended. I don't think he got back to block in time. I didn't even say counter it. And now he's 1 strike away from death. He can't really perfect parry either because he will blow up. He will die to the punish counter throw. No anti-air.
It's hard to even
And the
know what to
anti-air.
look for here because if you jump in, you might just get blown up. Endgamer goes the teleport. What a mix-up in your last
He fades
dying
it! He has
moment.
CA here!
He's
not
be
going to
able
burn
do
himself
it.
out. No, it's not enough to kill just yet.
He goes
has
for the
one
reset.
more gas. Do you wake up? Oh, wait, the CA might be enough. It's going to be close. He has a CA of his own to wake up. Endgamer 3K is either on a pixel in a dream or we're going to game 5.
What do you
He isn't
press?
there. He's got enough.
What do you press?
If he supers and chips. Oh, he gets the dash in. Oh, he
And he
gets
gets
the
the
kill.
kick.
He didn't believe in the wake up super. He had him dead to rights, and he froze
K-Pop.
in the face of adversity. We're going
K-Pop.
to game 5. K-Pop
He clutched it out.
on top.
Oh my goodness.
He messed it up for it all to come together. That is what we call BBA, Big Bro Aura.
He's still alive.
Damn.
But barely breathing. Going into game number 5. K-Pop stealing away victory from Endgamer 3K.
Oh,
The deepest of breaths.
dude, that is a Seattle classic where we are definitely meant to lose, and then the universe says, not today, little bro.
It was your destiny to go game 5. And K-Pop seizing his destiny right now with 3 in a row.
my God, it's all coming up, K-Pop.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
the beat.
Okay, we got our
he's-
DP, we're good.
Got a little bit of time back in his tank.
Oh, the whip punish. You see the punish counter there. Endgamer pressed another button.
Yep, backdash. Oh, he gets the punish on the jump back. Slide finally works out. A little bit more damage for K-Pop, just peppering away with these crouch medium kicks, trying to go for the run stop in order to find a potential throw. Perfect parry punish to get the kill. Throw tech does come out from K-Pop, out of burnout here, and now he's in such a great position. So much
K-Pop.
meter to work with.
K-Pop thrived through that burnout. He was able to keep his offensive pressure, still have his life left, but now it's Endgamer's turn. Opts to go for the stocks rather than trying to push that advantage.
You can't take 2 more throws. Uh-oh,
one
one
more.
more.
I've seen this situation before.
Oh,
teleport
the
again!
teleport! The second time he's used it in the set. It comes out in the most important moment. Set point now for K-Pop. Clutching victory from the jaws of defeat. He's so close to closing this out. He's gonna level 3. He's gonna build the gauge back. And he's gonna put Endgamer 3K now on the ropes. How do you operate under pressure?
The abuse of the mental stack with things like that
Ooh,
teleport. You haven't
shimmy.
seen these shimmies the entire set, but I've got that buff. I've got that movement
One more
speed.
whiff.
I know you're going to press a
One
button.
more whiff. If he finds the heavy punch, it's over. If he finds the connection, it's lights out. Throw tech is there from K-Pop.
Stuck in the corner, but that
there.
level 3, it
Trying
came
to
out
get it.
before. Will it come out again? Do you
Watch
go for the
Sam
whip
medium
punch?
kick. Watch for Sam medium kick here. He's going to be playing at the range. He finds
There
it!
it
A
There it
K-pop!
is!
Just like G-Dragon says bang, bang, bang! And sends Endgamer 3K straight the other way. Get out of my bracket. Get out of my Street Fighter. I'm the king of Seattle. You are not meant to be in this path any longer. What a clutch.
What a statement of a game number 5 from K-pop as well. Barely holding on to life in game number 4 and then turning it around and absolutely eviscerating Endgamer to make it down to loser semis.
Yeah, that was a battle of attrition. And by all rights, he should have lost in that game 4.
But he didn't.
Overextended with the elbow. And I think that Endgamer thought that he was going to get chipped out and that he was deader than dead. But it's not over till it's over. Your hands need to remain inside the vehicle at all times, inside the match at all times. I think the prime example of this is if you watch, I can't remember if it was Capcom Cup or another tournament. Tokido did not go for the fist bump, did not take his eyes off the screen, did not take his hands off the stick until the super animation finished. And everyone knew he was dead. But in the off chance that maybe he was wrong,
it's not worth it.
He was still locked in. He was still ready. You have to be at that level of focus because anything can happen.
And it's so easy as well once you clock out. Even if you do get your hands back to the stick in time, it can affect your mental. You can kind of get that little bit of a reset, and that is not something that you need to see at this level. And now talking about resets, we're resetting the scoreboard. It's Crucial versus Fine Like Wine going into losers quarterfinals part 2.
All right, chat. Oh my God, he went Tatsu through the boom. That is some old school Street Fighter boomer technology.
Yeah, I saw Super Turbo.
And then chat, if you're on Team Seattle, I need you to press 1 in the chat right now. If you are on Team Alaska in the chat, I need you to press 2. People in the crowd, if you're here for Crucial and you want Alaska to stay in this bracket, make some noise. And Seattle, if you are on the likes of Fine Like Wine, I need to hear you right now. Ooh. You guys are kind of outnumbered right now. This is brutal.
It's a little tough.
This life bar looking kind of crusty.
I don't know. Ooh. Okay, wait, hang on. Crucial's got you in the corner.
Oh, the whip punish.
That's
Flame,
big, and you've got the resources to close it out.
Damn, that was a great whip punish. Pixel in a dream. It's not over till it's over. Oh, no, I don't.
Look, he's fishing for something. Unfortunately, not able to find it. Fine Like Wine. Look, he's playing a crouch character, so you got to be really careful about when you use that button.
Flash kick is an excellent way to actually deal with Demon Flip as well. And yeah, like you said, he's always charging, so that heavy kick it's a blessing and a curse. It is your double-edged sword.
Oh, when it hits.
Oh, nice sweepy sweep. You're about to burn out on the side of Crucial, just trying to pepper away with these parries. The back fist excellently answered with the Demon Flip dive kick.
I like that interaction there. Fine Like Wine knew that Crucial had to press a button on risk of being burned out, so actually went in for the punish, but read wrong as Crucial was able to jump out of the corner, was able to create this pressure string as well, and we saw what happened on the last round when we got here. Will we see a rinse and repeat?
Yikes, the throw loop. You died a strike here, which means you got to try to take the next throw, but the jump back is more than enough. Fine Like Wine saving the meter, saving game 1, and putting himself into a pretty good position.
There was nothing chicken about that block. That was just well executed from Fine Like Wine. Able to keep himself in this drive reversal, though, gonna get blown up.
Yeah,
and we got level 3.
Massive damage, yeah. You don't even want to leave that on the board because you've got full health. You can potentially build another level 1 here, and you are 2 throws away from taking this game 1.
Well, let's see if it actually comes to
fruition.
fruition.
No way! He thought it was a punish, but it was the wrong version of Adamant Flame. He committed to the follow-up, and it just did not follow through.
Sometimes you let the Beyblades rip, and it's just not meant to be.
Oh yeah, you're a little crazy, buddy.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's trying things.
That's a different property. We're not playing Crazy Taxi here. That's Crazy Tatsu. No whip punish on the Adamant Flame this time, but the boot is continuing to come through. The flash kick continuing to connect.
And that shuts down so many of Akuma's air options. The fact that that flash kick just option selects all of them. And now we're back in the Fireball War. The drive rush in, going to get called out.
That was the right version this time. Gets the punish. DI back. You
Beautiful
cannot
reactions.
Fool me twice. Shame on you. And that is the round going straight to Team Seattle.
Close it out with a giant punch. Shout out Squidward on that one.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh. I like the mix-ups on Crucial's pressure game.
Perfect.
A little bit different that time around. Meanwhile, Fine Like Wine, just holding block.
I mean, hey, that's a Guile's favorite comfort food. I love holding down back. How do you approach a blonde holding down back with a flash kick who has charge and is invincible?
Lovely matchup we're having.
Figure it out, man. Uh-oh. No punish. Not in burnout just yet. No DP either from Crucial, which is a big miss. Not in burnout just yet from Fine Like Wine. No way, a flash kick.
But if you're Crucial, that kind of works out because you either get the bait or...
Oh! No, he goes
up.
That was so smart. He goes for the empty on the teleport because he phases right on through to the other side. It's going to be a DP to get it. That was a big brain to beat Fine Like Wine. That is some matchup expertise.
Such a tight interaction. Like you said, expertise there from Crucial, not just on the max up knowledge, but on the execution, the timing to get through that just perfectly.
Flash kick.
But another flash kick, yeah, it's going to stuff you back out.
Hell yeah. Oh, I like that boom placing too. It's like, stop throwing air fireballs. My boom, you're going to land on this shit. That was a great utilization of the teleport. We need to see if that's represented a little bit more. It makes it that much harder to defend with your level 1s with less resources. No super just yet. This next strike will kill from the likes of Crucial though, so you have to be that much more careful. These fireballs are potent. We've seen the DI used again and again from the other side, but the level 3 comes out again.
Fine Like Wine in every match of his that I've seen has been so good at finding those drive rush crouch mediums in order to convert into big
No way,
like that.
the reaction on the boom. Level 2 can get the wall crumble here, and it should be an easy whip.
Oh, he dropped it!
One more back.
Opportunity.
Oh
the jump back, it worked.
He gets the basket. Oh, your spacing was not calculated. That was a critical fail on the spacing awareness. You got the crumble, and it did not continue to work out for you.
And great capitalization. Some of the finest wine I've ever seen on that one. To be able to turn that around when your opponent makes a critical error.
That's how you have to. Ooh, big extension. Blade is reset up. Oh, yeah. No.
Because he was too far away, the flash kick doesn't connect, so he just goes for the blade.
And look at, finally finds that stand heavy kick, and he's looking pretty bad on the drive gauge, but the fact that he got those 2 sequences guts him right back into a pretty healthy state. He's green. He's mean. He's an Akuma machine.
Getting rewarded.
And he throws it this time. Yep. One more hit will do it. It's not going to be overhead. Counter hit. Oh my God.
Drop the boom.
Big drive reversal. He's stuck in the corner. He has to level 1 in order to try to survive here if a DI comes out, but he's just chipping away.
When you press the button.
Chipping away. You're dead. Yeah. Like, come on. Super.
Yeah, do something.
Do it.
Give it to me.
Hits him with the loudest. Fight back. Nice anti-air again.
Heavy. Keep it classic. Ooh, great parry, though, from Crucial to turn this around. Going to get him into the corner with that double dash.
100% hit rate on the flash kick so far. And now he's 1 hit confirm away into this level 3 to just win it out. But he gets caught with the DI again. I'm curious if Crucial gets into that CA range, he actually goes for a Raging Demon setup here. It would really catch Fine Like Wine off guard. He's got to set that up, though. He's got to establish that that's in his wheelhouse. Oh, the level 1 in here! It's close enough! That is cleaner than clean from Fine Like Wine. He's shown that he can do it with OD Flash Kick. He shows that he can do it with Super Meter. You're going to need a new approach in order to beat this Guile.
Absolutely insane behavior, showing the matchup awareness. Both sides so knowledgeable, so capable in this matchup. The pixel perfect spacing for that level 1 to barely connect.
Hell yeah. He's not losing to other Shotos. He's got us. That's the salon training here. Oh, the big whiff. And the big deficit here. That's a 2-1 lead here for Fine Like Wine now. So we'll get that score corrected on the screen here real quick because it might be a 3-1 here in just a moment. Set point for Fine Like Wine.
He's got his last opportunity here. Crucial has been struggling, was relying so heavily on that air-to-air game, whether it was the fireballs, whether it was the demon flips, and now that has been completely shut down. So if you're Crucial, what are you looking for here?
I mean, you're looking for some support from your, your statesman. We need to hear Alaska cheer this man on. Crucial needs your energy now because Fine Like Wine is 2 interactions, 1 interaction away from taking it.
This is your final opportunity, and it is stolen away from you as Fine Like Wine once again finds the perfect spacing in neutral and takes it 3-1, moving on to losers semifinals.
That is Fine Like Wine showing that Seattle has some of the strongest character specialists in our pool. Doesn't matter if it is going to be just, you know, the best Geef on the West Coast, the best Ed on the West Coast, the best, some of the best Kimberleys, the Manons, you name it. We got it all. The Guiles as well. So really great stuff from Fine Like Wine to close out that, you know, that first half of top 8 that we've had. We started with 8. We now have 4. Chris CCH versus Umali is going to be the winner's side. And then on losers, it is going to be K-pop versus Fine Like Wine. There is only one non-Seattleite left. And he is sitting in winners. So he's got 2 lives, but we've got 3 bros.
Yeah, which would you rather? That's a tough situation to be in. Either way, though, I know I need a deep breath.
Oh, yeah.
I need a quick break after that one. So much action. Y'all, we're going to go with a quick ad break. Definitely don't go anywhere. We'll be back momentarily. It's Lentini and Jake Bryan. See you on the other side. Welcome back, everybody, to Top 4 of Street Fighter 6 here at Fight Kingdom 2025. So many storylines have coalesced in this top 8, and so many more are yet to be completed. I'm Lentini, joined once again by my man Jake Ryan. How you feeling?
I'm feeling incredible. We've had so many great matches, a lot of nail biters, and they're all fighting for this one prize at the end of the day. It is this incredible Fight Kingdom trophy. The one true champion of Street Fighter 6 is going to be able to take this bad boy home. A cabinet
nice wood.
and a half. Great wood, great trophy, and we've had great plays back to back. And we are going to bring these great players in right now. And we are starting off with one of the best to ever grace the sticks in the West. He was a demon in Street Fighter V. He is a titan in Street Fighter 6. This is a two-time Capcom Cup competitor, Chris CCH. I never want to fight this guy in bracket.
No,
it's really hard.
No,
he reminds you, he shows you the difference.
He does.
The difference. And there's something different about this guy. You actually,
That's the skill check.
you've got something
Yeah.
in common with this next guy
Yeah, his
coming up.
opponent, speaking of Chris CCH, thankfully we don't have to fight him. Instead, it is going to be my hometown hero hailing from New Jersey, his opponent, Umali.
The Aki has had an incredible showing so far today, and he has his most incredible opponent sitting right next to him. Chris, I don't think has dropped a game the entire tournament so far. He's made it look like child's play. So you're
Now
gonna
might be
have
his
to
time.
You're gonna have to step up with more than just your quarters. You're gonna have to queue
see.
up.
The fight stick is hot, by the way.
Yeah, they got some fire controllers here. We got
Just the branding.
custom Chris CCH controller. Got the custom on the other side as well. And thank you, everybody, for being here to enjoy some of the well-crafted tournament action that we've had so far. Everybody in the chat, everybody in the crowd, whether you're here for Marvel, whether you're here for Street Fighter, City of the Wolves, every game, you are the ones that make it happen. So continue to support, continue to enjoy, because it's only going to get better from here. We're going to crown a Fight Kingdom champion for 2025.
We are. It's so close upon us as well. We're halfway through this top 8 already. These guys are setting up their controls, ready to go. I see the Terry being hovered.
Bogard. Yeah, so Chris has a wealth of characters at his disposal. He has the Ed, that is is one of his favorite characters. After the nerfs, he's been kind of straying away from the character a little bit more, depending on who he's fighting and the matchup. And the Terry has been what he has been playing the most. He's not the biggest fan of the Shoto archetype, but it gets the job done. It's the tool and function that he likes to utilize here, and he gets so much mileage here, and we are all out of miles, we're all out of time, because winners finals of Fight Kingdom is right now for Street Fighter 6. Chris CCH versus Umali, and we're off to the races.
And an immediate pressure from Chris CCH. Double fireballs into Drive Rush. So much control of space, and just like that, Umali locked down in the corner. You trying to swing out? Nah, it's still my turn.
The drive gauge is bleeding out here. Goes right underneath the burn knuckle. Incredible low profile here. Gonna be closer and closer to that burn on the side of Chris, but the burn knuckle is shown again and again. You're not allowed to take this next strike. You will die. Anti-airs can be tested, but are you sure that you want to go into that room? Are you sure you're ready for the Chris test? Locked down in the corner again. You're so scared of the throw. You're so scared of the strike, and the DPOS is ready. You're
So
chipped
tough.
out here. You're just dead.
Yeah,
oh,
GG's. Shake my
man.
hand. Didn't even get to play that game. Umali had a couple of guesses, a couple of opportunities to break out, but Chris CCH did such a good job of just creating these scuffed risk-reward scenarios.
Yeah, it's really difficult, too, because, I mean, Chris has experience against some of the best Akis on the planet. And,
Okay, well, there's your one.
Everybody has experience with Wake Up Level 1s. I think that's a universal feeling. Crawling Fireball. And the thing is, Terry is actually pretty good in this matchup because of that. You normally have to deal, pretty difficult lead with the Crawling Fireball. And dealing with, trade combos is going to be so hard. You can't afford to take another hit on the side of Umali as well, especially now that CA is available.
Well, it goes both
Chris
ways.
knows this. Uh-oh,
Right,
big
Chris
counter hit.
CCH, he's got one more opportunity here. Great throw escape.
Jump.
Oh,
he gets
the
out.
slide out, but now you're burned out up against CH in the corner, and he's got that CA.
The crack shoot continues to be shown. Can't cancel into level 3 there. The throw. He's actually in chip territory here. And now you have to wake up super, but he gets baited out. He's just going to chip you out with the fireballs.
Do you press the button? Do you dare?
He dies. Finds a way. He gets
jump
over the
timing.
loading crack shoot. That was nuts. That was, okay.
Timing.
Chris was so patient there, too. Like, you have to applaud the commitment to just sit there.
He read his soul on that one. Ooh, and another wake up level
Damn.
1 as well. You're keeping Chris CCH honest. That's so important.
Yeah, this is the first player to show that big bro Chris CCH can bleed. Oh, the perfect parry, though. It's going to bleed even further away from that drive gauge. Gets the corner switch with the burn knuckle. Deep overhead, no trade combo this time. He has to find that one more hit. The throw connects. Do we see a wake up level 1 to get out? Backdash, trying to evade the throw.
Oh, no.
Catches the forward
Chris cornered
dash.
himself.
And the first game that Chris will lose in this tournament is in a winner's finals. A worthy challenger has appeared.
And that CA still flickering in the corner saying, hey, remember me? Did you forget? Yeah, tricky situation. I think Chris took some risks, didn't end up paying out. He ended up burning himself out in the corner, and in that situation, it's just so tough.
I mean, now, Chris is the one who's on the back foot. Has not been in this position in the last 48 hours.
A roundhouse, get off me. Chris loves spacing with that move. Fireball gonna trade, not gonna work out for him. Doesn't get him the space that he wants.
Yeah, and I mean, Molly has just been so good at establishing this life lead and then playing the lame range game. It's very difficult. Chris continuing to find ways to win neutral, but he hasn't really gotten any momentum.
Ooh.
And that momentum is fleeting. Umali is the one who's in complete control. Just for a little bit more context, Chris has only ever really lost a tournament in Seattle once or twice to Dr. Danny Pham, and that's it. He has won everything else here, uncontested.
I feel like Umali is just so aware of what Chris CCH is looking for in the neutral, in those approach options, because they keep getting stuffed out before Chris can even start to run the pressure strings.
Exactly, and now the jumps are being answered. Power Wave does work out, not finding a trade combo on the drive rush jab there now. Stuck still in the corner, a little bit weak on the drive gauge, so you don't have enough of it for a DRC. You burn yourself out, but you have to try to find the burnout on the likes of Umali. That's why the jab comes out so confident and unafraid, because Chris knew perfect parry would be his demise, and now he's in chip territory. He's in a critical threat.
Chris keeps getting burned out, and Umali is taking it to the races, taking full advantage, and another fireball. The dirty bubble coming in and gonna take that away.
Mermaid Man couldn't help. It's rough, man. He had CA, but he hit the I don't need it. Oh man, the round start fireball is excellently answered, and now Chris, he can't change to a secondary here. He's got to go 3 straight.
That's a great point. He has no choice. Ooh, okay, we got the opening though. Opportunity into the corner, another missed throw. Umali knowing when to backdash, not even going for those throw techs.
Yeah, now in the corner again. Counter hit coming through. Stagger pressure from Chris CCH is finally paying off. No counter hit, no punish on the lash. It's just a little bit too far.
Okay, we're waking up.
Oh,
we're waking up.
Is a massive. It beats the late tech and it beats the jump out. A double coverage on display.
Okay, I feel like Chris is starting to warm up, starting to figure out what Umali is looking for, getting a little bit more confident with the offensive pressure.
3 serpent lashes, though.
Yeah.
Give you, inspire confidence as you're trying to keep your opponent off of you. Plus frames, no trade combo this time. Strike will lead to the kill, and Chris CCH is gonna get a game on the board. Remind everyone why he is the top dog in this town.
Yeah, it's not over until it's over. You got to stay locked in until it says 3-0, and at night now, it says 2-1.
The thing is, the biggest reminder is this is why 3 out of 5 can be such a game-changing, dynamic at this level.
Absolutely.
Because anybody can get 2, but if you're fighting against a player of Chris's caliber, the way he's able to dissect your gameplay so quickly, it cannot be understated. But Umali is now the one who's still, he has the edge. He's the one who has the ability to aim for the head right now.
Oh, he's aiming, and it's working. Okay, get off me. But again, he burned himself off in exchange for breaking up that pressure string, and Umali manages to find it again anyway.
Oh, and he pressed on Wake Up, thinking that he was potentially going to bait a super there. Maybe knowing that chip was a factor, had to go for something early. Set point here for Umali, but a whip.
Great call out.
Yeah, the drive rush check is huge.
Back in the corner, another opportunity for Chris to bring himself back into this. Neither of them has level 3 just yet, but we do have those throw pressure.
Delay jab on the backdash there too. finds a way out with the OD slide, just showing these defensive options so damn well, and that's something that we talked about earlier in the day. We need to see backdashes. We need to see supers on Wake Up. We need to see every layer of defense at your disposal. And Lancey, this time from Chris, though, the jump
Oh, he
was
got
massive.
past it.
He was a little bit too far on the jump. Heavy kick, though.
Just barely passed it.
Uh-oh. No full combo.
Ooh,
Great
good
parry,
call out.
and that is a
There
massive
we
whip
go.
punish. How much does he have to spend here? And it's none. 3 bars versus 3 bars here in potential set point for Game 5 decider.
Yeah, critically, he managed to retain his level 3. He didn't even have to spend a level 1 with that routing. Good awareness from Chris CCH. Now Umali, maybe a bit on the back foot. This isn't going your way anymore.
It's kind of hard, though, because Chris is already at such a deficit drive gauge-wise, but he's winning out these Fireball wars because while the Nightshade Pulse is on the screen, the crawling Fireball is just so much faster, and it gets a punish counter each time, so he's got a likely to another great whip punish, and he wants even more
I like
off
that.
the top.
You're talking about losing the drive gauge war. Now he's turned that on his head. Now he has more resources to win that Fireball war a little bit harder. But we're going to level 3 right back, even it right back up for you.
0-0, mano a mano. Taking a lot away from Chris here, and not only that, setting up a great Oki situation. That's all we needed. This is
that's
where
big.
the set play can really start to shine. Big punish counter, baits the throw.
That's huge.
Not a full extension reset with the throw, and now you gotta be so careful. The Brain Buster overhead takes us to Game 5. The challenger has shown that he is not without a worthy adversary. The final game between these two will be everything. The plus frames, the fierces are coming out. Chris CCH is firing on all cylinders, unstoppable,
Oh, another overhead.
unbreakable.
And he converts
And
so
he
hard
gets
in the corner.
kill here as well. Are you okay?
No, you are not. With another perfect now coming out from Chris CCH. He got him in the corner, and he left him there.
I gotta admit, he had him in the first half, but right now
Not gonna lie.
it is a set point situation for Christopher.
Okay, Umali answering back though. Parry on the overhead. Reversal. It's my turn. That's scaled, but it does get you into the corner.
No shimmy this time. Does not bite on the throw tech. More plus frames.
I'm scared of that overhead.
Or the knuckle.
Ooh, doesn't even need an overhead, just jump.
Yeah, he's still stuck.
One more opportunity here. Just checking, keeping it neutral, being super cautious with this approach. But the swing out from Umali into the throw, reversing the situation. Goes low.
Yep.
When does he go high? Just a neutral check.
Oh my god, if he wants to spend, it's going to be final game, final round for 1 bar. He's going to spend the 2 because of the routing, and now it is a meter disadvantage for Umali. We are going straight to the final match between these two titans. Anybody's game. Who
was it
gets
worth
the momentum first?
Was it worth it? Now you have no resources, just the level 1 and hopes and dreams, but you've also got a shimmy there, the punish counter. Great reversal.
Still mid-screen, so he's got a lot of space to work with. You're stuck in that toxic state, not catching the hit with the lash this time. No whip punish. Didn't get the
Throw
button
him back.
in
This is where
time.
Chris thrives.
Close to the corner. He can't really drive rush cancel, but he gets the OD reversal. Not in burnout just yet. Gonna get a little more gauge, double dash, a little bit cheeky, and he doesn't get into the cancel because he went for the special. But the whip punish is gonna be everything. Chris CCH without even dropping a beat, without even worrying, takes the 3-0 reversal in what seemed a set that was in Umali's hands. Double forward dash is how you make a statement. He says, I know that you want this more than me. I know that you're more nervous, and I've been here before. This is my house.
Yeah, you talk about being a Capcom Cup finalist. Moments like that are where it really comes out, where that poise shines the brightest. Chris CCH moving on winner's side. But we've got some more people coming up yet on loser's side. Tell us about them real quick. Who we got coming?
Man, we've got incredible players on the way. I'm actually waiting for the camera to be in position. I don't want to call these guys out too early. I just want to shout out Chris once again, just for still being that guy on top in Seattle. It has been an never change, like an ever-present thing. And I love that he hits him with something that you might have seen out of Street Fighter V, like just regular forward dashes, where it's like, oh, if you weren't a 5 veteran checking this
what do you do about
consistently,
this?
I'm going to do just regular ass dash. I'm familiar.
The tech check right there.
And we're going to make you familiar with these players right now. Up next, coming to the stage, has had nail-biter matches and incredible losers run so far. Hailing from Seattle, this is the Kimberly menace. It is K-pop Hwani! And no other player can say that they are dating their character. He's dating Kimberly for real, for real.
That is kind of crazy.
He's dating an Evo champ. Kimberly, the Evo champ of the cosplay contest. Nobody else got that. He's the real winner.
That is crazy, but he's got quite the competition coming up against him, and some competition that he's going to be very familiar with. Another Seattle native with the best booms in the business. Look at that fight stick. It's Fine Like Wine coming up to the stage, possibly one last time to face his destiny.
Yeah, this is a match that we've seen countless times at the Salon, and both of these players are itching to get a chance to fight for that top 3 spot and to fight against Chris CCH. I would say one of the players here has a little bit more motivation than the other, though. K-pop in pools actually had a hardware issue.
Ooh.
Where he had the game. He had it in his hands, and there was a mishap between his parry and DI buttons, where he would have been able to take it over Umali. And today, there's new wires in those buttons. This man is on a mission. There's a target. It's not only on Chris, but Umali. So I worry for Umali if K-pop is able to make it, because there is some extra motivation to get that run back, to get that set. And I mean, Umali showed us some of the best play we've seen today, pushing Chris to the brink. Not everybody can take Chris to game 5.
No.
Like, the fact that that happened is, I'm kind of scared for either of these guys to get to Umali, no matter what motivations are behind it. But this match is going to be one hell of a show.
You know they're fiending for the opportunity against Chris.
Yeah, exactly. And this is K-pop getting that the big practice before Evo Japan, which is going to be next week. Fine Like Wine trying to add a medal to the collection and have a stronger placement here. I don't think he's going to Evo Japan as well, but a lot on the line for these players. A potential run back, a potential top 3, and even more money in their pockets. Who is going to show they have what it takes, the potential to strike for the king, strike for the crown of Fight Kingdom. K-pop Hwani versus Fine Like Wine. Our loser semifinals is getting started right now.
One last opportunity. This is what I love about loser's side. You know they're going to be digging deep. This is no holds barred. They aren't saving those mix-ups for later. Everything they've got in the tank comes out right now as we see Fine Like Wine getting that early space control, but a great parry from K-pop to answer back.
And the way we saw K-pop get into the top 8 was actually against another Guile, which was the likes of Dagger G, with some very creative, anti-air punishes where you typically expect Flash Kick to be so good. That's one of the hard parts about this matchup. If the can is set up, yes, you can get out with the Flash Kick, but you still get hit by the can.
It's a risk reward that you have to calculate, another piece of the mental stack to add to the matchup. But the air throw, speaking of things to add to your awareness of the matchup, that's something Fine Like Wine has in space.
Wow, and yep, that punish has been on deck all day off of that sweep confirmed. Flash Kick to follow up, getting that first round very tenuous between these two. Slide, oh nice, and the punish counter being knockdown is massive here.
You're kind of just preempting that boom there, trying to catch Fine Like Wine, pressing when maybe he shouldn't. Okay, raw DI in neutral.
Probably trying to catch a stand medium kick. It's kind of difficult sometimes, depending on when it connects, to get that DI back. So I like the idea, but these air to airs from Fine Like Wine have been pristine. Nice.
Okay. K-pop getting you back in the corner. Let's see what the can setups look like this time, if you even get a chance. Starting off with a level 3, though.
Yeah, I like this. Early and often, you've got a lot more round to play here, and you are going to be enhanced for the rest. You can even build another level 3, potentially. Tries to bait out a Flash Kick there, maybe even a perfect parry, but look out once again. Parry does come out, and there it is, the stand medium kick we were talking about earlier. And I mean, Fine Like Wine's only, happy piece of losing that round is at least K-pop did not build a lot of extra bar.
Oh! Called him out! What you jumping for? On round start? Nah, not like this.
That was nuts. He said, I'll spend it early. I like that. Nice throw tech, and Fine Like Wine already establishing his life lead, puts Guile exactly where he wants to be. Full screen with a health advantage.
And since you spent that early, you might just get another level 1, which could be critical at some point, just having those options.
Yeah, as a reversal, it's just so much more helpful. Helps you preserve your drive gauge. And right now, K-pop has not been able to find an in
I love that little bazooka knee as well, just trying to optimize for the boom pressure.
Hard to punish the hop kick as well. K-Pop is slowly trying to inch out these whip punishes with the flash kick. He still had charge. And the perfect parry follow-up afterwards is massive. Do we see another flash kick, though? The level 1 is also going to be there. A lot of defensive options on deck. Going for the cheeky stuff. The can is there, but it goes too far.
I think the reason that throw tech worked. Oh! Okay, opportunity for K-Pop.
In this sequence, he can end up building another level 3-2. Tries to go for the Tatsu to beat a throw tech. He's not going to be able to do enough damage here, but he goes for the DI reset. The parry is there. He's got a little bit more gauge left. Do we see another DI to potentially beat a boom? Gets caught, and now he's close to burnout. He has to walk back. Goes for level 2 to try to beat the anti-air, but he knows he watched the previous set, and your tricks won't work on me.
I pressed there. I 100% pressed there. I got hit. But there's a reason Fine Like Wine is sitting where he is in losers semis. He looks poised in this set, shutting down the air game so completely from K-Pop.
Yeah, that was incredible. And I like that K-Pop, he knew. He's like, what's my out? This is it. It's a win or lose decision. And with being so low on drive gauge, I like hedging your odds, especially in a game 1 position. You still got more games to play. Now that's on the mental stack. You're thinking about ever anti-airing again if those 2 bars are locked and loaded. Oh, yeah. Upside down kick to beat out the delay tech. Nah, again, confirmations.
Just so comfortable. Like, he's playing neutral. It's the wall game of Guile where K-Pop cannot figure out his Gorbachev opening to get in.
It's going to be kind of hard. DI is answered in tow. And everything is starting to fall apart here. We got to see what it looked like for a 3-0 reverse sweep to happen in our previous set. K-Pop might be put in that same position. Is Kimberly going to be able to make it happen? Fine Like Wine is looking like he is providing every stopping point. Every piece of the puzzle to make K-Pop question his pressure, question his neutral, and question if he's got what it takes to get the top 3 here.
And now you're in the boom zone. So hard to deal with. When does K-Pop jump? When does he slide? Okay, a little bit of a bait there. Fine Like Wine doesn't really commit to anything, but does get pushed into the corner.
You're okay with taking these throws. You got a lot of health. Probably got caught jumping there, maybe backdashing because of the heavy kick. So many frames of activity, and now you take the full extension here. Azuna drop. We see another DI attempt. No, it's just going to be the level 3.
Great optimization. Literally, the hit that he got level 3 on was the one that he burned it, as Fine Like Wine goes down to 1 throw range away, and finally one of those flash kicks doesn't find purchase.
It felt like Fine Like Wine could not miss a flash kick. Like he could not sin. But everybody, time catches up to everybody eventually, all right?
Everybody has flaws.
You can't evade the Reaper. He's going to get you.
Well, I wouldn't say it's looking too grim just yet, because that's only 1 round down. Fine Like Wine still in a great spot and has a massive resource advantage going into this last one.
You think you're funny, huh? It'd be better. We have another guy named Scythe where that joke would have hit 10 times harder. Oh, my goodness. Just kidding. Hit reset after reset. The overhead finally connects. No flash kick this time. He has a level 3 in his pocket. Does he end up showing it as a reversal? Does he want to make it hurt extra hard for K-Pop? We see a drive reversal this time. That crouch medium kick has been the in so many times for Fine Like Wine.
K-Pop showing a lot of respect. Finally, that little punish counter. He's far enough away that nothing comes out of it, but another level 3 reaction.
It reaches. Yeah, even though he went for the elbow drop, it's still got such a horizontal range, and now K-Pop in danger. Where's the perfect parries on the boom? Not there just yet. Finds the delay tech.
And the resource disadvantage as well. That drive gauge is getting low. K-Pop can't afford another mistake. And Fine Like Wine knew it with the drive rush overhead.
I'm curious if we go to character select here. He does have a pocket mine. I don't know if it's ready. Mai can, make some noise in this matchup, but the Kimberly that's his main squeeze. That is who he is most comfortable with. That's who he's best with. And I mean, you've got to bring your best to the table now, because Fine Like Wine is in striking distance of top 3, in striking distance of sending K-Pop straight home with a 4th place medal.
He did get the round in there, so yeah, there you go. He decides to lock in. I think that's the right choice. It is his main, like you said, and I feel like sometimes when you're at this point in the bracket, trying to throw yourself for a loop may not be the right choice.
Your opponent's already throw looping you enough. You don't need any help. Nice, full extension, big punish counter with punish. Working out for K-Pop here. and getting these staggers, these frame traps to finally connect on Fine Like Wine, but the flash kicks are back on the menu.
We saw K-Pop did press there. That was a counter hit, showing a little bit of awareness of what he's going to go for. Fine Like Wine bullying out of the corner, but actually getting forced to back up a little bit again.
And there's the perfect parries on the boom. We're finally starting to see them. Getting harder and harder for K-Pop to contest here. He does have a life lead, but now he's burnt out. And because he's burnt, he can't get a punish. A little bit of a throw. Still, Fine Like Wine, not burnt out just yet.
It's really close. He's a couple more hits here.
The thing is, he can go for a DI here if K-Pop tries to go for a burnout sequence. You got to be so careful about your big buttons. There's the DI.
K-Pop doing well.
Yeah.
He managed to get back, and now the resource advantage completely flips. Fine Like Wine, the one who is going to be struggling to avoid burnout.
You know, and the thing about K-Pop, he's got a ton of gauge here, and he finds the stand medium kick finally. A walk forward answered excellently to put Fine Like Wine down another round. It's not a game just yet. He's got a lot of rounds to work through.
And he didn't need the level 2 or anything for that one. He's able to save it, try to get the level 3 in this round. He's looking pretty poised, but Fine Like Wine, once again, continuing to find purchase with those booms.
Yeah, the real estate that has been earned here. This guy is a tycoon, but that was such a great whip punish. The range, excellence from that stand medium kick is ever present. You got to respect it. And this is where Fine Like Wine will show how much he respects K-Pop's offense. Takes the first throw.
Flash kick come?
How many more can you take? Counter hit. Takes another counter hit. The flash kick does come out. My man was churning.
You can feel it sometimes. You know it's coming eventually. The question is always when, and that's the reason it works. K-Pop, though, with the throw. One more.
He baits it and puts himself into a position where we've got ourselves a real set. We're going to game 4.
Wow.
K-Pop has reestablished the pecking order. He has reestablished that he is not to be trifled with, that he has still got gas in the tank, that he doesn't want to go out a Buster. He doesn't want to go out 3-0, man. The bait!
What?
Finally, he makes him bite hook, line, and sinker.
He's in his head.
Do it again. He baits the reversal again. Oh, K-Pop, are you in his head? Can you do it again? Third time's the charm!
Yes,
K-Pop has guessed again and again and again, and it's a perfect to start this game.
Wow.
4. That is the statement you want to make. That is the message you want to send. That is the type of play we want to see here in top 4.
Fine Like Wine's entire game plan in an instant crumbling before K-Pop's adaptation. The character specialist, he decided to commit. He didn't go for the superior character according to other people. He said, nah, this is my main. I'm going to make it work. Drive rush in with the low and another conversion in the corner.
Hands up, and he baits again. The shimmies have been clinical. Gets caught with the drive rush. Now in this corner position, just needs one more whip punish. Not able to get it back. I think that was a flash kick twist. He's not going to be able to route into the super, but we're going straight into game 5. What felt all Fine Like Wine is now all down to 1 game between these two.
What has changed here? K-Pop has entirely solved the matchup. Whatever happened, whatever's in that water bottle that K-Pop took a sip of between games, I need to know. I need that expeditiously.
That was a great showing of resilience from K-Pop, and he's finally, I think he's drilled down the risk-reward that Fine Like Wine has put on the table. But now, the question is, can both these players mentally reset? Can they get away from the mental stack that's already been set up? Can they still feel confident to commit to their defensive options, feel confident to commit to their game plan? Because that's going to be the do-or-die decision, and Fine Like Wine is just running away with this one now.
And playing a little bit slower, I think a little bit more reactionary now, recognizing that K-Pop has got him scouted out. I can't afford, as a Guile player, to overcommit.
Ooh, the sweep is massive. He doesn't even go for the side switch this time, and it is going to be another set point for Fine Like Wine. K-Pop is now the one back to the ropes.
Yo, hold up. After all that, K-Pop on the back foot yet again. We know he can get out of it, but Fine Like Wine has adapted, not throwing out those wild options quite as often anymore.
Little less counter hits coming out too. Check on the drive rush is still there, which kind of slows down Fine Like Wine for a moment. We need to see more perfect parries on these booms. Jumping at a distance where it's really hard to get the flash kick as well, so I really like that. from K-Pop, but he's in a pretty bad position driving-wise, especially with that whip parry. No anti-air, missed the air throw. Not burn out just yet, but he can't really he can't parry. He's in trouble. Baits the flash kick again. This is where he can make all of it work. Doesn't go for an OD Azuna drop. Even more damage off the top. Now you die to the strike. This drive rush is going to be
he doesn't have that level 3 to lean on either. Meanwhile, Fine Like Wine about to get his own.
But he's
in
mid-screen.
Close.
He needs to find a low. He finds the anti-air. Azuna drop. That means he can spend the level 3 in order to take us to final game, final round. Oh my goodness. And the only hard part about this is K-Pop has no meter. We've seen Fine Like Wine immediately get an anti-air level 3 to start up the round with such an edge. Can he do it again?
Do you dare go for that, though? The way you've been baited, just jab check out. He's being so much more cautious, whether it's crouch heavy punch or it's just those jabs, but he does get the level 3 anyway out of that combo, putting him in a fantastic position, getting a huge resource advantage as well.
It all started off the jab punish on the OD teleport, the first time we've seen it, but the perfect parry is there, undeterred, undisturbed. K-Pop continues the pressure. No flash kick coming out from Fine Like Wine. The perfect parry was massive, but he still finds a way in. The knee to try to catch a delay tech. The anti-air is still there. K-Pop in trouble. Extra walk speed, extra damage might not be enough. Fine Like Wine gets the drive rush. Where is the flash kick? You've got to be so careful. He has it in his pocket.
Scouting for it.
Jump in doesn't work. The sweep excellently punished. Does he level 1 to get a little bit more drive gauge damage? Not just yet. The can is there. Gets the punish and the full extension. Azuna drop. He can level 2 here. Does he opt to? Not just yet. And he flash kick. He gets the hit. Has a little bit more gauge. Flash kick comes out. They're both burnt. He only has level 2 for the jump in. He don't
he's bad, but he wins
there. He wins. Patience pays off. Fine Like Wine holds it together. And K-Pop is out of there.
Wow. In the end, it came down once again to that patience. K-Pop felt, you got to understand it, right? You're both burned out, but one of them's Guile, one of them's Kimberly. There is a huge advantage here on Guile's side in the neutral. You have to collapse that positioning. Went for the hard read, wasn't able to get the connection because it was just a little bit misspaced. And Fine Like Wine took full advantage.
It still was crouching. I think if he's standing, it does hit, but
always
that was all block all day from Guile. And I think it is quite poetic that that set ended the same way Game 1 finished. It was that level 2 attempt to punish and anti-air. And the discipline from Fine Like Wine to understand that he was not in a position where he needed to make that unforced error is what makes him come out on top. Because if the flash kick gets ripped there, that level 2 sends him straight home.
I feel like in a cruel twist of fate, part of the reason he didn't go for a flash kick there was because K-Pop was doing such a good job of baiting it out already with things like those empty jumps. So he was already showing that he was scared. He was going for more crouching heavy punches, accepting that he might get trades, but at least he's anti-airing in some way. Going for the jab on the teleport as well, instead of going for that flash kick. And so when you go for that hard read in that critical moment, he's already kind of poised to not go for the flash kick anyway.
Man, oh man. And you gotta reset that poise because there's no breaks on this train. Losers finals starting off right now. Umali versus Fine Like Wine. This is not a matchup that you get to see most, I would say. You get to see it a lot more on the East Coast.
Yeah,
sometimes in the EU you get Lex versus Broski. So thanks. Oh my goodness, but the dive was a little bit too slow.
I feel like this is a tricky matchup for Aki because of, okay, you can see right there, able to break through, but the way that Guile is happy to just like sit there and throw booms at you while you're trying to get your neutral skip set up.
You both like to play at the same ranges, and normally the other guy isn't happy to be full screen. So I get it. You're like, he's in my hole?
Yeah.
There's no vacancy. Like, why is he here?
My man's squatting right now.
Exactly.
Ooh, upside down kick, gonna get spaced well, he's safe.
I think Guile's right. Boom rights.
Boomer rights?
No.
That's a whole other thing.
Uh-oh. Yeah, using the blade. Oh, my goodness. It's crawling across the screen.
It was close.
Very similar type of game plans on display here. The perfect parries have been huge, though. Trying to get a punish on the second boom with the lash just a little bit too far. Big punish counter. Going to get the knockdown. Catching the walk back here from Fine Like Wine. And now you're still in the toxic state. Baits the level 1. Should be able to close this round out. Easy peasy. Absolutely.
Great conversion there from Umali. Not deterred with the difficulties of the neutral, because once you get in, if you get those reads right, that's all it takes. Just get it right.
If you just guess right, you're never wrong. that's the secret of fighting games. It's not that. Oh
no.
He thought he was going to be a little bit closer because of the OD fireball, so he just decided to, wait it out. He's like, yeah, I'll let you whiff. I'll give you enough rope.
Umali slithering in. A little bit of a fake there as well. The delay on the shimmy messing up Fine Like Wine just a little bit there.
Yikes, nice patience from Fine Like Wine. Maintains the charge, gets the anti-air. Still stuck in the corner in a pretty bad position because of the potential drive gauge burnout. That's why you see him pressing immediately. He's like, I am not going down without a fight. Oh, the second into the sweep, you gotta be kidding me. Cross.
Simple little conversion there. We see Fine Like Wine being patient, but you're in a situation where it's tough, right? Because you don't want to overextend. But if he doesn't commit to something, Umali's just kind of chipping him out.
Oh, upside down kick finds. It's Mark, and he's about to get burnout on his own.
Is it worth it?
He can DI. Oh, the confirmed. Do you lake up level 1? It's susceptible to the boom. That's what's so hard, but the counter, he actually spends it all, and it's worth it because game 1 has been awarded to Umali. Fine Like Wine was putting up one hell of a performance in the corner pressure game, but it just wasn't enough.
It was not. I like that you mentioned as well that boom breaks for the Aki level 1. That is such a critical factor in the matchup and something that makes the corner so scary for Aki, who already struggles to get out, and now it's even harder.
I like that. That was really good matchup awareness there, understanding the spacing on the slide excellently, especially because the difference between the OD and the regular versions. Nice little counter hit punish.
Okay, Fine Like Wine holding the offense right now. I feel like he needs to. The downside, of course, is you have now used a lot of your drive gauge. You might get burned out in a second here if you're not careful.
Yep, closer to the corner, and good old flash kick.
Burns out on his own terms.
Back on the menu. Just peppering away at the drive gauge. No anti this time. Oh,
okay, blade in his face. Yeah, get off me.
He has level 1 here, so if he goes heavy kick, he can cancel into the level 1 to beat a potential DI. I think that's why he's sending it out. The DI is answered excellently. He was ready, prepared. He was already looking for it.
Yeah, just holding on to those chips until he needs to cash them out, and cash them out he did. Thriving through that burnout. That was critical for him.
And it's again the slide spacing. Every time he's been where she wants to be. I'm already on the next page. Who killed Dumbledore? Who cares?
It was me.
We're on book 7. I don't care.
That's crazy. Okay, we see Umali lost a little bit of space immediately, but then kind of walked it back. We've been so back and forth with the spacing in neutral, just like the two to tango, trying to find where they will finally meet in the center.
And I love how comfortable Fine Like Wine is in that position too, because you can see the drive gauge has become a pretty hard factor for Umali to deal with. He gets a lot of it back there with the hold parry, which is a risk in its own right. Oh my god, the jump in.
That goes hard. He gets duffed out. He's like, I'm gonna do it again.
Oh,
I love that.
Sets up the blade anyways. He says, I'm not afraid of nothing. Ooh, the patience. He said, I won't flash kick. You gotta earn it.
No punish on the parry, though. Could have had an opportunity.
Nah, okay,
no.
I don't know what was going on there, but we're gray. It's okay, yeah. You left the gap, I'm sending it. Give me that screen space. I've got anti-airs for days. Where's the dive? Oh, he tried to go through. That was massive. Now you got to be so careful because even if you get in, you die to any little touch. He's going to be outside of burnout, and you're about to be in burnout, which means you block, you're dead.
Great timing.
Later, gamer.
Oh, no. I don't know if he was going for like a drive rush there, maybe, you think?
Nah, he was that cruel fate at the end. I think he was just trying to get a perfect parry, and he whipped at the wrong time, which put him into burnout. Cruel fate was a desperate cry for winning neutral and praying that he connected. He's like, please!
Give me something, I beg of thee. And unfortunately, Fine Like Wine, not quite the philanthropist like that. Drive reversal that time going to work out.
Yep. Oh, gets the first perfect parry on the dirty bubble, but not able to find the second touch. And now in the corner, got equal on the drive gauge. These perfect parries have been so good from Umali to get these lashes. He's going to get a ton of damage here. And wants to get the side switch. That's why the level 1 routing is there.
Umali loves that lash in neutral. I feel like that's another thing that makes this matchup hard because Guile is so good at dealing with it.
Kind of interested as to why we didn't see like a drive rush to potentially attack the gauge. He still gets the same result. And you can't.
Oh
no!
Oh,
He's
no.
alive. But he can't level 1. It was a guaranteed chip kill because Fireball beats it out there.
That jump.
Seattle's clapping. Thank you. No Jersey boys in the crowd. So
Well,
I'm
you
happy.
got one on the mic. I'll make up for it.
Yeah, you got to be louder than all those dudes. We got a lot of dudes.
Okay, Umali with a great opener here. And again, the extension, just push him off. Nothing too resource heavy yet. I love this spacing from Umali. I feel like finally found a spacing where those booms aren't like a huge threat. They're just kind of annoying.
Yeah, you want to be in that space where you can still start to play your set play game and try to set your neutral winning tools. Oh, that was actually amazing.
And you always retain that threat at those kinds of ranges as well, where like maybe you'll slide in, maybe you'll jump in. It forces Guile to not just spam them.
And it's been really hard. Oh, the reset, first time we're seeing it, and it does find like wine. Asleep at the wheel, and he's gonna be asleep in a moment. That is game number 3 going over to Umali to take us to game 4 with a 2-1 lead. New Jersey staying alive here. Wants to get the run back versus Chris. Like I said, not a lot of players put themselves in a position to almost take down someone of Chris CCH's level.
This is such a battle of attrition as well.
Yeah.
So many of these rounds have been so many interactions, so many neutral wins to get to where we end up. Though as soon as I say
that was such a sick frame kill. First time we're seeing it that time. They give the meatiest of overheads, making it so the flash kick is that much scarier to use. The overhead comes out again, misses the drive rush cancel. Fine Like One has an opportunity to try to survive here, but it's going to be so hard. There's so much to work with on the side of Umali, but no full connection, and it is going to be a set point here for the Aki.
Umali in a fantastic situation after that round, absolutely collapsing the timer down. Such a quick round. Continuing to do the same. Doesn't even need resources with this kind of corner pressure.
It's all starting to materialize. Do you bait the next flash kick that could decide it all? That's why Fine Like Wine is being that much more reserved. But Umali in a pretty compromising position drive gauge-wise. That's why he put the pedal off the gas, but slides right in. Do you bust out? Not just yet. Will level 2 be enough? And the answer, sure as hell, is going to be yes, yes, yes. It is a rematch for Grand Finals. Umali takes it over Fine Like Wine to put himself in a position to beat the demon, beat the king of the Pacific Northwest. That is none other than Chris CCH.
It was another one of those matches where I feel like it was so back and forth. There was so much nuance of the two players adapting until we got to the last game. And this time it was Umali who kicked it up a notch, who added that 93 octane to the tank and just steamrolled their way into Grand Finals.
Yeah, I mean, a resounding performance from Umali. The only one who was able to make him bleed has been Chris CCH. Fine Like Wine was able to find a round on the board. K-Pop was able to find one on the board before, but the only Seattleite strong enough to put the nail in the coffin has been Chris. And now it's...
Has been. I got to do it again.
We're going to figure out if the sun really does shine in Seattle, because this vampire is trying to kill.
And a reminder, by the way, from Winners Finals, Umali was looking real good. And then Chris CCH figured it out, got the adaptation, did that reverse 3-0. So now you've got to ask the question, does that mean Chris CCH has got this figured out? Or is Umali going to turn it around?
I think that Chris, the more games you play against Chris, the worse your odds are.
Yes,
your
for sure.
best bet to beat Chris CCH is in that first to 2. And if it's a first to 3, Godspeed. And that's what we saw before. That's what we saw happen.
Now on Umali's side, it's a first to 6.
Yeah.
That's going to be absolutely brutal. Chris CCH locking in. He's getting ready to go. I am so excited for this.
It's going to be an incredible Grand Finals. I mean, the entire bracket has culminated to this point. It is Seattle champ Chris CCH defending the home turf against New Jersey's own Umali. The Aki stick versus the custom Chris stick.
All right, looks like we are ready to go. We're getting into Grand Finals here at Fight Kingdom 2025. It's Chris CCH versus Umali. Seattle, if you're ready for this, make some noise.
Fight Kingdom coming to an end for Street Fighter 6. We've got more games after this, so don't go anywhere. But I'm going to need those butts and seats because these players are about to make you start to jump, and we are jumping straight to the corner and overhead. Blesses Aki's dome, and we are in a very familiar position that Umali was in for those last couple of games.
And it's worth addressing early. Chris CCH locking in with the Terry, which I think makes a lot of sense. It worked last time. Why not do it again?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love a good minus frame into ODDP. He's one of us.
Minus is a state of mind, and we stay
Simple
positive around here.
And a simple answer to a simple mechanic. Level 1 on the DI. It's got a little bit more drive gauge in the tank, though, so no burnout just yet. Drive rush is right under.
Close. Oh, there it is.
Now, do you level 1 back on a potential DI? But we're asking different questions. Are you okay?
That's the Christopher Classic. He chose to burn himself out on his own terms here.
Uh-oh. Minus frames again. He's about to build another level 1, so getting to this corner isn't that, terrifying. And I think Umali's giving him a little bit too much space and a little bit of an overextension with the tap. Perry gives Chris exactly what he was looking for to close out that first round.
I always love the dude at the phone booth in the back on this
vibing, man.
He's just hanging out, having a good time.
It's funny because only Americans really lean, so I think that's a CIA agent in the back. You don't see that in other cultures. So that guy's an op. He's not really French.
Have you ever seen the thing
really
that they check for American spies in Asian countries by seeing how they squat?
I need to see the tech in the corner right now from Umali to survive, but yes, absolutely. Still stuck. Brainbuster into plus frames. Under duress, anti-air does finally work out.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh my God, the shimmy spacing. You're actually deader than dead, by the way. Bye, Aki Pawagaiza.
Chris CCH looking strong so far. That's 1 down, 2 to go. Meanwhile, Umali still at 0 out of 6. The boss battle has commenced, and it's not looking good yet.
It's so messed up because it's literally the extra life bar that shows up.
It is so bad.
Where you're like, he got back up?
I'm like, oh, come on, I beat him.
What do you mean, man?
He activates
Malenia's got
card.
2 phases? I don't like this. This is Radon on extra steps, man. Oh, my goodness. And you... we're going to need an extra layer of defense, an extra layer of patience, and an extra life in this set because you are quickly looking down the barrel of a 2-0 lead from Chris CCH. We'll get those scores updated right at the top here in a second.
That was such a smooth round coming out from Chris as well. No, big commitments, no huge gambits, just simple stuff, going for that shimmy in the corner, closing it out, and looking poised to do it again. Umali is struggling to touch this man.
He went for the shimmy once again, knowing how potent the throw would be and knowing that the next strike will kill, and he's actually going to get the same situation. Pawagaiza, the fastest 2-0 in the West, and he might just be sending us off of the Street Fighter stream early.
That was a Twitch clip right there.
Yeah, that was messed up, man. Umali, where's the boys at? We need a lifeline. We need a whip punish.
Yeah, someone get him some coaching.
We need some wind in our sails, and this is how you get some.
Hit him with the timeout real quick, mid-round, mid-combo.
No, you can't. This is rough. Back to the corner we go. The right side of the screen has been well antiquated with Umali. I think they are synonymous with each other at this point, and I mean...
They've known each other. They go way back.
Yeah, way back to the wall. And now finding a way away from that right side of the screen, gets the toxic punish, but the wake up DP right when you think you have momentum against Chris, he rips it away and rips your health away too. Set point here, tournament point, Chris CCH seems untouchable.
Untouchable is the right word for it. Umali struggling to even steal a round, let alone a game from this man, as Chris again putting on so much pressure. He's not afraid to jump in. Finally, Umali with the counter hit throw.
And that's a massive back throw, but the hold parry is excellent from Chris. Back it out of the corner with the forward dash and a bait. Heard around the world. He is going to do massive damage here. Does he level 3? He's not going to. He's going to save it because now this next strike is surgical, and you are deader than that. That is your Fight Kingdom champion, still and reigning. Chris CCH takes it without breaking a sweat, without dropping a round, without dropping a game in grand finals. The king reigns supreme. If you are going for the kill, make sure you aim for the head.
Oh, he aimed for the head and everywhere else at the same time. That power geyser explosive. Chris CCH showing why what you said is true. You do not want to face this man as more times than you absolutely have to. We saw the comeback in winners finals with the reverse 3-0, and in grand finals didn't even need the comeback. Taking it in 3, no questions asked, no sweat on his brow.
And I mean, you think about the story of the tournament. Chris CCH was untouchable until he ran into Umali the first time on winner's side. And Umali, made a tear in the loser side of things, taking down Fine Like Wine, the other Seattle champion who came out on top of all the other bros. He was able to become the biggest of the little bros, but the king of the bros, the king of Fight Kingdom, he took his crown back and said, "You want this? I don't know if you've earned it. I don't know if you deserve it." And he reminded everybody whose house this really is. What an incredible bracket that we got to cover. It was a great time, Lentini.
It was a great time.
I feel like we had so many, tense moments, so many, close matches. We got to see the entire spectrum of what Street Fighter can really be. The high highs, the low lows, crippling defeats, and, resounding comebacks. And I mean, Chris cemented why he's one of the best in the West and cannot be underestimated.
And you know what I love about a tournament like this? While you're talking about that, while you're explaining how amazing this bracket was, there were people off on the side cheering for something crazy happening in a totally different bracket. We've got 18 main bracket games here this weekend, not to include all of the side stuff, all the silly 3v3 things going on. Incredible experience. If any of y'all are considering coming out Fight Kingdom 2026, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and I mean, while the grand finals was technically a Seattle versus Jersey matchup, it was a for the win across the board.
Yes.
So that is a team victory for those guys, and we've seen victory, we've seen defeat, we've seen such an amazing tournament today, man. I've loved every aspect of it. I hope everybody in the chat enjoyed it. Chat, did you enjoy the show? Did you enjoy the matches? Crowd, did you enjoy Street Fighter 6? That's what we love to hear, man. If you want to see more of us, make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you look into our stuff. Find Lentini. He's going to be commentating, Smash, hopefully some more Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You can find me commentating Street Fighter, maybe some City of the Wolves. Love all this stuff. Love all these games. Love the FGC. You got to keep doing this stuff. You got to keep supporting everybody, man. It's been a treat.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure to work with you one last time. Thank you so much. I think we are about to throw to the awards ceremony.
Yeah.
Let's see what these guys have to say. One more time, it's been Jake Ryan and Lentini. We'll see you later. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Street Fighter 6 top 8. Coming in 7th place, let's hear it for Bankster. Also in 7th place, let's hear it for our Street Fighter 6 game lead this weekend, Biscuit. And coming in 5th place, let's hear it for Crucial. Also in 5th place, N-Gamer 3K. Coming in 4th, let's hear it for K-Pop Wadi. And in 3rd place, Fine Like Wine. And coming in 2nd, Umali. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our two-time Fight Kingdom Street Fighter 6 champion, Chris CCH. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your Street Fighter 6 top 8.